I don't care if you've been listening to Nipsey all night. If you up, smash that like button. Welcome to Black and the Black Times Infinity. I'm your host, Lulu's Probably coming to you live and direct from the stack. Smoke me out, fam, with that thing. Get on my left. Old ninja in the world, old ninja.
Dank memes are so 2017. Petty memes. Now that's that new hype.
On my far right, engineering on the ones and twos, choke people out on threes, boys, Chronos.
I'm all about the bass. Guitar.
Oh, we're going to talk about it. Last but not least, we got your boy Blue.
I have the dankest intro I could ever think of, and I can't fucking
There is a story so strange in its implications.
All right.
It's too fucking dank, man.
What the fuck? You usually hit us with the dankness right off the bat.
Yeah, I can't. It's like I thought of it. I told it to the Swede, and she thought you can't say that. I'm like, fuck yeah, that's too fucking
censoring
much.
up in here.
You can't say that on television?
God damn.
I mean,
on TV?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
All
all right.
right.
HR said it's okay.
Yeah, who should have up in that chat? Anybody?
Here we go.
Damn.
Samantha H.
Oh.
She's early because she masturbated before.
We love her. God bless her.
You know what? I kind of want to start asking the audience to do intros too. Like
Yeah.
first person in the chat room, throw in your intro, bam,
Yes.
we'll say it on the air.
Why not? It's a
'Cause
great idea.
That was fucking great.
Good, dope shit.
And listener of the week would be once again Dre Pettigrew.
Ooh.
And then Miller
Miller time.
Bibiano.
Oh,
I like it. That's a new name.
Yep.
Old Danger, we're pouring out some high-class malt beverages tonight, aren't we?
High class, some King Cobra.
Yes, yes.
All right, so we're gonna pour out some King Cobra for Nipsey Hussle, rapper from the West Coast, was shot and killed. I believe on his birthday or the day before his birthday, because he was born March 31st.
Okay, one of those.
So he was either shot on the 30th and died on the 31st, or shot on the 31st and died later that day. But he was only like 30 some odd years.
I think 35.
30. I thought he was 33.
Something like that.
So apparently they caught his alleged shooter so far. They didn't shoot him up.
Looks like he may have known him.
There's
some pictures of him.
There's some pictures of him.
Guy.
They're saying that there's video recordings. The LAPD posted that a male shot him 3 times. After the 3rd shot, he kicked him while he was down.
God damn.
And then he escaped in the infamous white Chevy Cruze with the license plate posted everywhere, all up and down the state. And then they caught him shortly after. So I just found out about this guy last Wednesday or Thursday. Heard a track. I was like, wow, this dude actually has lyrical flow. Is it mumbling? And then that weekend he gets shot.
God damn.
People were saying that there's a conspiracy going on about he may have been shot about his involvement with a documentary with a Dr. Saib. He apparently says it was about a alkaline diet that could cure almost any disease or whatnot, and that doctor was murdered himself.
Here we go.
Yeah,
A lot of speculation.
Yeah, I mean, but there's people putting this together. Oh, this happened. Government shut him down. Big pharma. Blah 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 blah.
He was gonna buy PBS.
Yeah. But I mean, what matters is, I mean, this man was I had no idea who he was, but I found out through these events that he was an active member of the community. Like he had literally had set up a ceasefire or like a gang summit that was supposed to happen, I think, in the next week or so. He was an avid father. He was very adamant about taking care of his daughter. He was doing this documentary like we talked about, and the LAPD knew who he was based on his activism. And they were shocked. The chief of police did a press release, not a press release,
Statement.
but press conference. He was actually at a podium saying he didn't believe who got shot because they knew who he was. This man had both sides of the law respecting him.
It's cool.
So
I will say this: I was not all that familiar with his music. I had heard of him,
neither.
and then afterwards, after hearing all the news and stuff about him, I was like, let me give him a listen. Music ain't bad at all. And the other thing that I think is worth noting, he did own his own masters, which is something that
that's hard.
Is incredibly hard to do. I remember seeing that in that movie Ray with Jamie Foxx back in the day.
Yeah.
But I like the whole entrepreneurial owning stuff, owning your own masters. I know he owned a lot of his own businesses.
He was shot in front of
his own clothing
business.
store or whatever. But so yeah, I mean, I wish him nothing, rest in power and all of that. But it's a terrible loss.
You know, I heard that Jay-Z put together like what was it? Not a bond, but what was the thing? A trust fund for his kid.
Great.
For like $15 million.
Excellent.
Like, wow.
Yeah, his record sales are obviously, with this tragic event going through the roof, but it will benefit his family since he did own his masters. And then there was one other quick thing. He also had a lot of celebrity friends in terms of like in the NBA. Literally just last night, Russell Westbrook, who's from the LA area as well, like recorded a very rare feat in basketball, a triple-double with 20 points, 20 rebounds, and 20 assists, and he dedicated all of that to Nipsey. So I think you're going to see a lot of that.
Yeah, his actual real name is really hard to pronounce, so I'm not even gonna butcher it. But most people
have Blue do it.
Yeah,
there you go.
let me get this shit a try. It's Ermias.
Oh, jeez.
Ermias Joseph Ashidum.
See,
That's about right. I think I cast a spell.
God damn.
Shit started floating.
You're on that Harry Potter now.
yeah,
All right.
yeah.
It's Leviosa.
Yeah, apparently, I guess Jay-Z knew him, and I guess when he heard one of his mixtapes, he bought 10 of them at $100 a pop.
Nice.
So I was like, God dang.
Big homie
It's a
Jay-Z.
serious mixtape.
Yeah. So, sad news, but world keeps spinning. Got to get it in.
That it does.
Do y'all want to start with movies or you want to start with games?
Let's start with some gaming news because there's a huge gaming news that I know at least me and Prodigy.
Absolutely.
Dude, I'm hype about this one too.
My fucking dick was hard. I'm just saying. When this shit got announced, I was like, finally.
Tell him
All
about it.
Borderlands 3 trailer dropped, and they announced the release date. Comes out.
It was like dropped on
when
Monday,
did they
right?
drop that trailer? Was that Monday?
Yeah, it dropped it like Monday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was an April Fool's joke. I'm like, well, I ain't buying this shit.
Yeah, they did a teaser and then a full trailer.
Yeah, which is excellent. So we're really looking forward to playing the game.
Can't wait.
Borderlands is some of the best gaming, especially like co-op gaming
Oh,
ever.
yes.
Love it.
Like I think before Borderlands came out, I kind of like co-op gaming, but it wasn't all that. But I think that the way that Borderlands did it, like they did it right. And I think a lot of people kind of copied that same formula.
It was kind of the original shooter-looter, in a lot of ways.
yeah.
I mean, obviously Diablo did that in terms of the looting and whatnot. But for shooting games to have that, starting with Borderlands 1, which was, 08 or something like that? I think
I think it was even before. I remember I was playing it when I was in Iraq, and I got you
Yeah,
on
it's
it.
got it.
Yeah, you definitely did. You and Manamana's brother.
Yeah, I was playing shit on
Holly's
PC.
brother.
Well, one cool thing about the Borderlands was that I feel like they were the first one to kind of use social media to their advantage because they used to have like loot drops and they'll pay like the Xbox or PlayStation 4 codes online and everybody would fucking like bum rush
the
it.
golden
Yeah,
keys.
yeah,
Golden
yeah. That
keys.
shit was fucking dope.
Well, the other thing that was
can
really
easily share with
cool
people.
was, we touched upon this a few weeks back, but Randy Pitchfork, the main guy for Gearbox, has had his own trouble, and we don't know what's true and what's not. I'm not going to get into all of that, but we were all kind of collectively wondering, looking at the gaming industry, whether he would still be in with Gearbox, in terms of the announcement and when the announcement was going to happen. And it looks like so far he's still there, and we're getting Borderlands 3. So I'm happy.
Yeah, and it looks like Borderlands. So they're gonna have over 10 trillion or billion guns.
Yeah, something,
Yeah, I was like,
which has
no,
always
billion.
been Borderlands. You know what I mean? Like from
yeah.
the first game, they were just like, we got millions of guns, and I remember looking at the commercial before I even played it. I was like,
millions?
how do you have millions of guns? There's like a
That doesn't make
shotty,
sense.
yeah,
Yeah.
a shotty, a pistol,
Yeah.
I guess a revolver. I mean, come on,
Rocket
or-
launchers.
Yeah, rocket launcher. There's like 6 types of guns pretty much
Yeah.
in almost all the shooters, but they achieved it.
Yeah, it sounded dumb as fuck, but that shit, it worked. The formula worked. The humor worked. I think Handsome Jack was one of the best villains
Or even Claptrap was
of
fucking
that
funny.
generation. Yeah,
Tiny Tina.
Tiny Tina.
Oh,
was-
How
yeah,
can you forget her?
She was great. Loved her.
Yeah, and then again, they followed it up with another smash hit of a sequel. Borderlands 2 was one of my favorite games. I
And they
loved it.
kind of dropped off, but it's okay.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about the prequel.
I mean, it was playable.
It was. It just. But you know what? Their only caveat is I think it was a different branch of the studio that made it.
Yeah. Wait, I'm trying to think back in the history of gaming, but this might have been one of the first real attempts at having an RPG first-person shooter like that.
I can't think of
I
another
can't
that
think of another
worked.
one before that. That was good. I'm
Yeah.
sure that there was one that was out there, but I can't think of one where you were picking up spec'd out weapons. You got experience points. You upgraded shit.
Yep.
And the way you spec yourself out, it really mattered. You know, especially to your playstyle. That's why I love the game so much. I'm really looking forward to seeing what the new classes are because I saw that yoked ass chick that had like the. I forget what the arms are. But it was like multiple arms. It's from like
Kind of like the
Indian
siren
mythology.
arm.
like-
I don't know if she's a siren.
I don't think she's a siren.
Okay.
Yeah, because the sirens had wings that were like on fire.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're right about that. There's so much I fucking want to learn. It seems like it's dropping this year.
Yeah,
right?
September 13th.
It's
Yeah.
big fucking news.
That's pretty good. That's soon.
Yeah, I love when games do that when they announce something. Same thing with movies, when they announce something and then drop it right away. Netflix is like really notorious for doing that.
Sure, yeah.
Like they'll announce something and then like the next month or two, it's dropping.
Shit, Netflix has announced it, and within the next hour or two, dropped it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They
yeah.
did that Super Bowl with the Cloverfield
Stranger
paradox.
Things. Yeah.
Stranger Things is
Yeah.
another one.
I would tell you real quick, my favorite like skill point of all fucking time in any game is always going to be Salvador the Gunzerker on Borderlands 2, who did the fucking sexual Tyrannosaurus at the end of that middle fucking branch of his skill tree. He would double flip you off and say, B is for bullets, bitch, and then just go invincible. That shit was fucking hilarious every goddamn time. I love that shit. And he would dual wield when he did it.
Yeah.
Fucking perfect.
Man,
And he's like your perfect character.
Oh my god, I love that character.
Did the first two Borderlands, did they have vehicles? Because
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
yeah.
Yes.
And
So
you
maybe
could, I think it was a 4 or 3 man. They had a couple vehicles, I believe.
Yeah, they did.
I can't
They did.
remember.
Yeah,
vehicles
one was
being
a
there.
4.
Yeah, one because there was one. It was like 3 people, and people bitched like you could be a 4-man team, but only 3 people can ride.
Oh, what
and
the
then
fuck?
so they fixed it to where you could. There was the buggy that had the turret on the back, and then there was like the van or a truck. It was like a big ass tank.
Yeah.
But it was like a imagine a VW bus with like super armor and like fucking guns and shit. It was like that shit, so everybody could roll.
There was some cool little hints. I don't know if you guys picked up on with the trailer. Did you just bust your phone?
No, it's
Oh,
fine.
the edge is cracked.
Yeah, it's
was it
already
already like that?
It's
Oh.
been like been.
Yeah, people pointed out a bunch. Apparently, there's a code in there.
Well, there's
What was
some mechs.
yours going to be?
Well, one of the things they said was there were worlds with an S. So I'm thinking that we're gonna go to multiple worlds in this one, which would be good because in the other Borderlands you basically stand on one world.
Pandora.
Yeah. So it'd be cool to like be able to really have like an open sort of sandbox on different worlds. I think that was pretty awesome. And then they also showed a lot of the old characters. Like
Tiny Tina.
NPCs, like Tiny Tina grown up, and the fat chick.
Yeah.
Forget her name.
Yeah, Skeeter's cousin or sister or whatever.
Yeah. Forget her name.
Mechanic girl.
Oh, that's
But
right.
yeah, there's a bunch of
Oh.
characters that are making a comeback, and they showed a gun that was running on its own. I thought that was
Love
hilarious.
that. Who did
yeah,
that
yeah.
great tweet from our page?
I think that was me.
That was
yeah.
perfect.
See,
I
I-
didn't do the tweet, but I did it was on Facebook.
That's right.
What was it was a meme too. They didn't say something like
That's what he's talking about.
yeah, you thought people kill people and guns don't kill people, and you show a little gun fucking running. But I thought that was when I first saw that, I thought it was from the Division 2. I was like, oh, that's kind of fucking dope gun they have in the game. But since it's in Borderlands, it makes a whole lot more sense.
That's way too wacky for the
Yeah.
division. I mean, I haven't played it, but still.
No, the division has some cool like perks, especially like post game.
Yeah.
Which I'll talk about because I'm finally in the post game part. I'll talk about it afterwards, but yeah, I'll talk about it later after we talk about this.
Yeah.
But yeah, this looks great. I mean, showing all the weapons and just getting back into Pandora and just they had the most enjoyable grind like ever.
Yeah.
They did a really good job on scaling. When somebody else joined your game, shit got harder or easier, as it went along.
But then you can like help people level up too. That was kind of dope.
Or just drop a whole bunch of golden legendary
Yeah.
weapons.
Yeah.
Or my favorite other thing was this game really taught me the value of learning elemental damage.
oh
Yeah,
yeah.
And you would have, my favorite one was like a legendary shield that would do great defense, but also attack at the same time. And I was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is
yeah,
this?
there's some ridiculous. There's also ones with like grenades that would like steal health from people.
Yeah,
People, and it's just
vampire
like-
grenades,
Yeah.
or vampiric, whatever.
It's like you really there were so many options in the game that you would have to just figure out like what worked best for you.
Yep.
Some people didn't like the stuff that we're talking about, but they went for more damage. But for me, this shit was perfect.
Yeah, dude, I cannot wait. I know we'll hear more as we get closer to E3 and all that, but holy fucking shit!
You have this thing. I remember like how the different element damages that you could do. Like there was like gas and fire and like
Acid fire,
Corrosive.
that's
acid.
That's
Oh,
acid
yeah.
fire, shock,
yeah.
Ice.
and explosive.
Yeah, that ice too, right?
think they
I
have.
don't know if
Did
that
they have
is.
Rush?
I want to
None of
say
that
they
explosive.
did.
Explosive for sure.
Yeah.
Explosive was kind of like the be all. Well, it did damage pretty much anybody, but
Yeah.
it was less damage though.
What
But
was
what's-
that
what's
dude,
cool with
Mr.
Explosions?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Torque.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was that DLC character. He was awesome.
Well, what's
was
cool with the
fucking
acid is that it like lingered. So even though like they barely took any damage, it still like ate away at them and shit. That was fucking dope.
But it didn't work on everybody. It worked on
Yeah,
people
it
with
didn't work.
armor, but not with shields.
Yep.
Yeah.
When you hit somebody with armor, like you fuck their shit up. Like when you hit a mech with that shit and you watch
Yep.
them like just melt away.
yeah.
Shit was great. Shit was fucking great.
Yeah, and they also had some of the best. If you're thinking about pre-ordering this game, pre-order the fucking game. Like, I highly doubt this game's gonna be fucked up. From what I've seen, it looks just like Borderlands.
Hope
You know what I mean? It'd be hard to fuck it up. And this is one of the games where getting a season pass historically has been worth it.
Oh, yeah.
Because they drop legit DLC.
Some of
that
the
adds-
best.
Yeah, it adds in a lot of fucking content. A
Yeah.
lot of content.
Now,
And not just like skins and fucking
No.
unlimited like a gun or some shit. Like there's new levels and shit they add. It's like crazy ass fucking tournaments.
One of the craziest ones was with Tiny Tina when she was playing D&D.
yes, I
Yeah,
love
it's
that
so
one. That was
fucking
one of my
funny.
favorite.
Yeah, and then she fucks up the
So
story,
fucking great.
and then like, yeah, it's hella funny.
Yeah, there's a sense of comedy with these games, and it's just we needed this. We needed this. I will say this: Gearbox, didn't they also do what was that one that didn't work around Overwatch time?
Yeah, they fucked it up. I actually bought it
Oh,
too.
Battleborn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just it didn't work on a basic premise because every time you played the game, you lost all your progress. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, why the fuck am I even playing this?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
weren't they loosely tied to at the end that alien colonial marine one?
No idea.
I don't know.
Oh,
But
yes.
in any event, I
They
still
made-
trust them, even with those
Yeah.
things.
Yes,
I
they
trust
did
them
make
for
that.
this.
That
They
game
did
was-
make one of them.
It was kind of fun to play, but like I said, every time you started, a new level, you went back to level 0 with that character, no matter what. But they had a shitload of characters that were all fun to well, not all fun, but
Yeah.
based upon your, how you like to play, they were fun to play.
Yeah. Yeah. And that timing was a little rough, too,
Yeah,
because
that was
everybody
definitely
was going crazy for Overwatch. I mean,
Yeah.
as soon as that one dropped, people were like, fuck everything else. But yeah.
Yeah, it was like if Overwatch was crack, Battleborn was like aspirin. Nobody's buying an aspirin.
Yeah. And Blizzard had something to do with all that Fuda porn that came out just before Overwatch dropped. We all saw it. You know it. Old Ninja.
What? I didn't say.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Don't even go there.
You know-
Captain Marvel fan.
Oh,
I
God
don't-
damn. God damn.
Borderlands
Still
wasn't-
trolling.
Yeah, I'm
Borderlands
gonna
wasn't
keep
around
trolling.
with the whole meme craze. I'm interested to
there
see what kind of memes will come out from
Should be
Borderlands.
some
Should
good
be
ones.
good
Should
ones.
be some great ones.
Mr. Torg is going to be a good one. He's like one of my favorite characters because he was so loud.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
With his fucking mullet and shit.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
sunglasses. God damn it.
It was basically like it's like Macho Man Randy Savage mixed with like I don't know somebody insane, even more insane than him. So.
He's the one that did the like there was a DLC that they released and he kind of hosted it, right? Did he
Yeah,
like battle?
yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Torg's like battle royale.
Yeah,
battle
yeah.
something.
That shit was fucking great.
Catch a ride.
Let's come back to gaming in just a second. I want to get everybody's thoughts. Did we all see this Joker trailer?
Yeah.
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 Joaquin Phoenix. It's got the internet abuzz. What y'all thinking?
So I liked it not only because, but one of the main reasons why is because it shows a backstory of the Joker, of like how he had kind of a fucked up life, and he really tried to be a comedian, and he really tried to be like a decent dude, and his world just kind of fell apart, and he just went off the fucking deep end. So I think if you're gonna tell the Joker story, you got to tell that part of the story. I think that they're focusing on that, in the beginning, and then obviously I think they're not showing a lot of like the late stuff on
course.
purpose. But the way he looks is legit. His laugh was interesting. It didn't seem contrived like Heath Ledger. Oh, not Heath Ledger.
Jack
The other
Nicholson?
guy.
Mark
no.
Hamilton?
Jared Leto.
Ah,
I didn't
yeah,
like
yeah,
Jared
yeah.
Leto's laugh.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't like his whole fucking getup. He looked like he was like the mumble rapper of,
Yeah.
of Jokers. But I think that this Joker looks like a way better homage to the character. It looks like Joaquin Phoenix did his research. The director is a well cut, in my opinion, it was a well cut trailer. Makes me want to see more. So I wasn't really into it because it's weird to see like a villain get a story. But maybe it's time to do that because there's plenty of good villain stories out there that aren't being told, and fucked up shit happens, and there's usually not an end to it.
He looks super sympathetic in a lot of ways. And
Yeah.
I'm surprised to say that. I've never said that about Joker ever.
You saw how skinny he was? Just
Yeah,
like,
but
weird looking.
he seems like someone who's had a few bad days, and
It only takes one bad day.
one bad day is something that's always been part of Joker. But
Yeah.
Blue, you the big Batman guy. What you think of this?
I thought it was okay. I mean, I like the premise that they're going with, having like a backstory with the Joker, but it just doesn't feel right. Like I think it might. Like, I know Chrono said that he liked the makeup, but for me it just didn't seem right. Like, it just seems like some guy in makeup. But then also, like, was it Joaquin Phoenix, right? He's playing the Joker. Like, in certain scenes, he looks like the dad from Modern Family.
Well, he's supposed to seem like he's supposed to be like a really normal guy.
Yeah, but like
up until shit happens.
I don't know. I'm against the wall with this one. Like, it seems cool, but I don't know. It just doesn't seem like Joker-ish.
Do you like the setting? Because it looks like it's in the 70s.
Yeah, it does.
Is that okay with you?
Yeah, I mean, I need to watch it a few more times and like really analyze it, just because I expect Joker to be a certain way, and this is somebody else's idea of the Joker, and it's kind of not vibing with me. But we'll see. I know when they released a teaser trailer for it, I didn't like it at all. I was like, this looks horrible. Like, his makeup looks weird, and this and that and this and that. But like toward the end, once he start kind of doing kind of creepy shit, he started to have that element of the Joker. So I like to see what other trailers come out for this before I throw my judgment down.
If this is rated R, will you get on board?
Oh, fuck yeah, I'll watch it.
Well, so what's weird?
I need motherfuckers to die.
Sorry,
Joker style.
Before we get to Old Ninja, what's weird to me is that we're having this whole Joker movie coming out, but we don't have a Batman movie coming out.
Sure don't.
That's weird as fuck.
We don't even have a Batman.
Yeah, so
We had one.
It's weird as a comic fan to understand this, but I think that normal people that lead normal lives, they probably won't give a shit about that.
Yeah.
But it's weird to have a villain without a hero.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, movie coming out anytime soon. Like, it would have been really cool if they like decided to build up, the next phase of DCU movies, starting with the Joker. Maybe if you do like a villain style thing, and then introduce the heroes later. I think that'd be a really interesting thing that DCU could do, but I doubt they're going to do it. Like, do something on the Joker, Black Manta, like all the villains that would go in, and like Lex Luthor, and then you could do like a Doom, what do they call it?
Doom Patrol?
Doom Patrol, kind of.
Not Doom Patrol. Fuck.
Dark Justice League?
The goddamn
Legion of Doom?
Legion of Doom.
There we go.
You could do like a Legion of Doom movie. You know what I mean? Like, instead of doing the hero fucking lead up, do the goddamn villain lead up. Do
Well,
a whole thing like that.
What they can kind of do with the Joker, I mean, I kind of had a feeling they show Bruce Wayne in the trailer. So there's a scene where he's like trying to put a smile on the kid's face, and he's like, the kid's on the other side of a gate, and it gave me the impression that might be a young Bruce Wayne. But they could take like a page from like the original Batman movie, because in the original Batman movie, the Joker killed Bruce's parents. So they can probably go that avenue and have like, they build up the Joker story, and then the Joker kills Bruce Wayne's parents, and then that story starts falling along.
Yeah, I mean, they could, but it's like at the same time, like we all in this room know there's no Batman movie coming out. So, and that's fucking weird. But like I said, we are not the general public. All you plebeians,
damn,
whatever. Watch and enjoy the movie, and don't worry about Batman. I guess.
Well, just one more quick thing. The other thing I thought that was wrong with it is the Joker's age. It just seems like he's too old. Yeah, so by the time like Batman comes around, like, he's gonna be fucking beating down an old dude.
Yeah, so here's that's a really valid argument, but if you read enough Batman comics, it's really hard to ascertain Joker's age.
Yeah, intentionally.
Right, so even in like Batman Beyond, that's a perfect example. Batman Beyond, he's still alive, and it's like Bruce Wayne's old as fuck, and like he needs a cane to get around. Joker's still around, and he's fine.
I'm sorry, real quick. The easiest like right around with that, at least for a Batman Beyond or anything else in the future, is something with the accident with the acid or whatever. Caused him to almost super soldier like with Steve Rogers style in terms of aging differently.
It basically Lazarus Pit.
Or Lazarus, whatever.
Well, no, in Batman.
Let's
no, I was gonna say in Batman Beyond, the Joker died.
Yeah,
he's a clone.
Yeah, but in the new comics, he's back.
Okay, never mind.
As like the normal Joker.
Yep.
Never mind then.
Old Ninja, you've been waiting patiently. Sorry.
Oh no, I've been chilling. Well, no, I was waiting. I knew Blue was gonna get his caveat to be like in Batman Beyond, especially Return of the Joker. The original Joker's dead too.
Yeah.
And you find out that this new Joker is someone from Bruce Wayne's past.
And that's one of the best stories.
That was
dark.
So I mean, we all know, if some of you who are very young won't know, that this film was a big deal because it came from the people who did Batman the Animated Series, obviously Batman Beyond, but this is a PG-13 film, which a lot of people had an issue with because there are like a lot of kids like Batman, and if this is PG-13, they're going to be hard for them to get in to watch this. There was a lot of controversy because they showed blood.
Wait, this is PG-13?
No. Batman Beyond.
Oh, I'm
but
sorry.
going back to this. So the only thing about the Joker film is kind of weird is if we kind of all know the director,
Homestead?
Todd Phillips. He usually shows up in his movies, so he's responsible for all of the Hangover movies.
Okay, I was gonna say.
He also
I don't
did
know him by name.
Yeah, well, he shows up as usually like a drunk guy in the films. He directed Road Trip.
Oh, okay.
He directed the Starsky and Hutch like remake or whatever.
Those all sound like comedies.
They're all. That's my point. They're all comedies.
So it looks like that little boy is gonna be Bruce Wayne.
God damn it, you spoiling shit already.
Well, it's in the trailer.
I'm just
So it's gonna be weird. Robert De Niro's in this. I don't know if y'all caught him in the trailer.
Whoa, I missed that.
Yeah, he came out. Someone pointed it out. I thought it was Harvey Keitel, but sure enough, it's Robert De Niro.
RBD.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel. It does look disturbing to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like they're holding back potentially disturbing scenes, and they just want to tease you a little bit with the trailer. I know a lot of people on Twitter was saying this is basically the beginning of The Killing Joke, things like that. I'm like, well,
The
maybe.
beginning of the Killing Joke.
Yeah, because I guess in The Killing Joke they show Joker's past when he was a comedian,
They do.
and before he,
Yeah, but
because they
that's-
fast forward, and they're saying they may just section off this thing. I don't know.
That's-
It's just reading what they're saying.
No,
on
that's
Twitter.
silly as fuck.
What?
Showing the beginning of showing an origin story doesn't mean it's leading into a specific, like thing. I mean, it's his origin. In The Killing Joke, they go back and forth between like present and past. So I don't think that this is the beginning of The Killing Joke. This would be a fucking terrible beginning of The Killing Joke because you need to what you need to do is establish the hero first and establish the hero's friends and the other people that are in that to show like how important they are to the story. Like you don't start with a villain. That'd be fucking weird as shit.
And I hear you, but I'm just repeating that people are saying they're pointing out the similarities of the images they see versus what's in the comic. Even though when they, like you said, they go back and forth because we read it.
yeah,
it's
just his origin.
It is just weird
Yeah.
because this movie is Joker. It's called Joker, so it's gonna be weird not having.
I think I'm sorry to just jump in, but I feel like a lot of people are going to be sympathetic to this character. I think in a lot of ways he's going to be a sympathetic villain as the hero, which is different.
Well,
we
especially-
talked about that a lot.
I think especially today because there's a lot of people that are they've run upon hard times.
Yeah.
And especially here in America. And to see somebody that fell on hard times and keeps getting kicked when he's down, and then see him turn into a villain, it's like that's something that I think is going to appeal to a lot of people. But definitely don't be a fucking villain. Just saying. Get your shit together.
I mean,
I wish they would have called this One Bad Day or something like that, or some kind of like quote from the Joker instead of it calling it the Joker, like they did with like the Man of Steel. Like it's Superman, but it's like his catchphrase, or I don't know. Maybe the next one would be like
I think
Clown Prince or something.
this was so, especially if this is an R, and we don't know yet, but the risk involved. We talked about it on this show a bunch of times that you usually don't do a villain movie.
Yeah.
So just to get the funding and convince all the suits and all that to make this movie, you need some like name recognition. Hey, this is a
Yeah,
Joker
true.
movie, you know?
Yeah, and this will be like a true villain movie because we had mentioned this before on the podcast about the Venom movie, how we're super skeptical because he's a villain. But we also know that he becomes sort of a good guy. But the Venom movie, he was basically the anti-hero, right?
Exactly.
But in this one, he's going to be a straight-up villain.
Yeah.
So there shouldn't be any...
Well, it seems like we see him as a normal guy first,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
leading into becoming a villain. But this is a different type of movie.
Yeah, some of those scenes with him, like as a normal guy, like the scene where he's like in his fucking like underwears, or like when he's dancing with his mom. Like the scene where he's dancing with his mom made me think of the Bates Motel because that whole incest thing that was going on with that family.
Well, that's gross. All right.
Yeah, but this kind of seemed like that was going on. I mean, he's taking care of his mom, so who knows?
But I mean,
Fucked been head he is.
this could really... I mean, obviously, Aquaman did a really good job with bringing DCEU around. I don't know if this is going to be in the DCEU. I think it is.
no idea.
Nobody knows.
I have no idea, but I think it'd be genius if they started with the Joker first. It just kind of throws stuff on his head. Like I said before, there was a famous writer. I forget who it was. There's a famous writer who said, if you're making, if you're writing a book, start with the villain first.
Mm-hmm.
That way, you flesh your villain out. You flesh out all of their, needs. What they're all about, and then you make the hero to like go against that. So if they use that style of thinking, they could have some fucking fire on their hands, or they could fuck it up.
Yeah, this is. I think this is going to go either way, hardcore. Either going to be a huge disappointment or a surprising success.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll fucking see. At least this trailer has people feeling strongly one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of trailers you see and you don't give a fuck. You're just like, whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
Like Captain Marvel.
That's how I was with it. I was
You were more than that with it.
I was
with
hating-
this-
I was hating a little bit.
With this Joker movie though, it like if you're a fan of Gotham on Fox, they've have a Joker on that show,
Yeah,
and
Rome.
yeah, they just had the incident where he falls into a vat of acid, and so like he's kind of comatose, but they showed a trailer of like the next half of the final season, and he looks like fucking down there like Gollum because he's all like
He's
his
all
face
fucked
is
up.
all fucked up and he doesn't have hair anymore. It's like
Yeah.
it's really bad looking. But like I liked the character before he fell in the acid because he was fucking psycho. Like this was like a very good version of the Joker. And the Joker trailer that we just saw is a little bit better than the trailer they showed for Gotham. So we'll see.
Y'all gonna see Shazam this weekend, or y'all gonna wait?
I want to, but I don't know if I'll be able to.
Yeah.
Did it come out already? It came
No.
out.
It comes out tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Actually.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, I want to, but I don't know if I'll have time. I mean, we'll see. I may have to wait till next week.
I'm low key kind of excited about this one. I've heard really good things, and I'm gonna
Low-key.
check it out maybe on Saturday or Sunday.
Low key on Twitter, you were all high key about it.
Yeah, I gotta change the subject.
Gotta make sure that people forget.
No, you got it. Yeah,
You know
he's
what you did.
taking too many L's on there. He's trying to
Yeah.
get people, trying to make people like get distracted.
Well, y'all keep
Oh.
reminding folks.
Oh yes.
So did somebody actually take over your Twitter account, or were they nice?
They were nice, and it was just the avatar. So I'm still in there.
So what's your avatar? Is it Captain Marvel?
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh, that's
eating
hilarious.
popcorn.
So who was the person you made a bet with?
MF, what is
MTF.
MTF, motherfucker. Some
Don't
dude-
don't do that.
Nice guy from
don't
Brooklyn.
do that. Before he end
Real
up,
nice guy.
because I know he be listening.
Yeah.
So you know he gonna be. Oh, you said this. Oh, guess what? Now you got to do
Yeah,
this.
he's a good sport.
Yeah.
Good
Well, it looks
sport.
like Shazam right now is sitting at 94% on Rotten Tomatoes.
From the critics.
Yeah,
the
from
critics.
critics.
The
Yeah.
review-
But that don't fucking matter.
Yeah, who that they could have great reviews from the critics,
Yeah.
and then nobody goes to see it. You know, obviously it's sandwiched in between like Avengers. People are already breaking pre-sale records.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
right away.
Mm.
You know,
Which I mean, we kind of assumed.
of course. I still say that's going to be a $3 billion. I think it's going to overtake Avatar.
You want to make a bet on it?
Oh.
What are we willing? What are we willing to bet? I might bet on this one.
What
I
you
might.
got?
Shit.
I don't make these kind
Well,
of
I know that for the end game, I know that they're releasing it like everywhere they can, like
course.
fucking like
It's releasing in China first.
like
actually.
small ass places. Like if they have a screen, they're gonna try to air it there. Like there's all kind of special screenings going on for that.
Yeah,
for that
well,
movie.
they know the hype. They know that the last one made a shit ton of money.
$2 billion.
Let's make more. The more screens, the more money we get. So
The other thing is, I don't think it drops at the end of April.
last
I feel
week of
like
April.
it won't even have a big movie against it for most of May. What does
Oh,
May
no.
have besides John Wick? What does May have?
But John Wick is.
Yeah,
John Wick is going to be
John
good.
Wick's not, but it's gonna do good for like a
week?
smaller movie.
Yeah.
But it's not gonna do a fucking $1 billion.
No,
Let's
no,
be
no,
honest.
no.
And I
nowhere.
love John Wick.
No. It could do north of like 400, 600 million, something like
Yeah,
that.
if it did like north of $500 million,
That's great.
I'd be surprised.
That's great.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised with John Wick in May because this is supposed to be the last of the trilogy or whatnot before they quote unquote do their TV series.
You have to understand though the amount of violence that is in that movie.
Yeah.
like,
True
it's gonna
rated
turn off a
R.
lot of
So
people.
good.
And now they got dogs biting off dicks and nuts and
Yeah.
shit, and people
Yes,
getting
they
shot in
do.
the face. Like, dude,
And we got hot Halle Berry in there.
they might as well just
Crazy
call that shit
asses.
trigger warning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, real quick on the Joker. One of the big things that convinced me to actually jump on it, I love my girl, Zazie Beetz.
Oh,
Domino
yeah.
is in it. I was like, oh, you take my money, goddamn.
You know who else is in it? Is the dude from Atlanta, Paperboy.
Yeah, Paperboy, yeah.
So these are the movies that are coming out in May that has no fucking chance of going over.
Oh shit.
Like movies that we would know of. So we got Pikachu Pet Detective or Detective Pikachu or whatever. Pokemon Pet. Detective Pikachu.
That could
I mean,
be
that's
big.
that's a
That could be
family.
big.
That's a family
Yeah, but
film.
That actually
It-
looks not terrible. I understand that's fucking weird, but it doesn't look that bad.
I hear you. It's just not for. I've never been a Pikachu guy.
Yeah,
All
me
right.
either. But I think it's funny having a
Ryan Reynolds? Yeah, I like
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds.
So then we got John Wick. Then we
What's-
have
what date?
John Wick comes out May 17th.
Right in the
Oh,
middle.
okay, right in
Yeah.
the middle.
A
So
couple
that's
weeks
like,
after. Then we have Aladdin, which is
That's a
just
big
gonna
Oh,
see what's gonna happen with that. We have Godzilla, King of Monsters.
I'm seeing that.
Now that could be a.
That could be good.
That could be a big one.
That's at the end though, so
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
at the
Full
end.
month
So.
later. Okay.
I think
That's about
Aladdin
it.
might be able to dethrone it.
Really?
mean,
Yeah,
it-
it's a Disney movie,
it
so
could.
yes.
I mean, Dumbo just came out. I mean, granted, it did fairly well. It came in number
fuck
one.
about Dumbo. Saying.
I mean, it
Aladdin
came in
is
number one.
beloved
It
as a
is?
story.
It is.
Yeah.
So,
Well, actually, maybe not because I mean, people were not really really receptive about Will Smith playing the genie.
This
so,
is true.
The last
Yeah.
trailer was pretty decent though, compared to the first one.
well, you're the Aladdin guy. So.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
don't know. I'm gonna go see it. Maybe opening weekend.
All right.
God damn. All right.
yeah,
So
I'm- oh, you know what is actually interesting? That comes out the same day as Aladdin. Is Brightburn the
Yeah.
What
is
is that
the
one?
James Gunn's like I don't think he directed, but I think he produced. It's basically like if Superman became a villain.
Oh, that's the one with the little boy,
The
right?
little boy, he basically has Superman's powers, but it's like a horror movie type thing.
Yeah,
I'm really
yeah.
liking villain story. Like I think I mentioned on the podcast before, but I went through a series of books that were about villains,
Nice.
and it's by I forget the chick's name, but she's a really good writer. It's V.E. something, but the first one's called like Vicious, and then the second one's called Vengeful, and they're really good because it's based upon like two people that are called EOs, that are extraordinary people, and so they get powers, and the way they get powers is basically if you have a near-death experience and you come back.
Yeah.
The way you come back determines like what your powers are.
Ooh.
So, and it's pretty fucking crazy because
Is that
like,
a movie?
No, it's not a movie.
I think-
But they should make it into a movie because it's really good because it starts off as like people that were just like college students,
Yeah.
and then they both end up being EOs, and they both end up basically being villains. And then the next book is like the same people are in it, or similar people are in it, and they introduce even more villains with different kind of powers. And it's just like what you can do with powers and like the motivations on being a villain. It's just like it's really well written. I think that the world is ready to see like villains coming to the forefront to understand villains'
Mindset.
motivations.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I want to see that to become a series or something.
Isn't that, that's how like Deadpool got his power. I mean, like that company, they were experimenting with people, and they would get them to almost the brink of death. And if they're apparently by the stress of them almost dying, cause their mutant genes to kick in to
Yeah.
save them or whatever. But yeah,
Well, in this series, like I'll give you an example, but it's in the second book, not the first one. Because if you happen to read the series, it's called. Just look up the villain series, and you'll find it. But it's in the second book. It's a chick that her husband was like a mob enforcer,
Yeah.
and she was with this guy because he had power, and she wanted to get power, but she wanted power as well, you know. But she wanted him to have power too. And they were doing well for a while. She's apparently hot as fuck. And then one day the husband comes home, and she notices lipstick on his collar, and she was like, "That's not blood. That's lip." Because she's used to blood.
Oh,
But
shit.
she was like, "That's lipstick." And then he sips his shit, sips his drink, and then fucks her up.
Damn.
Pulls a candelabra down on her, and then burns the house down. And she's
Damn.
like burning, like in her house. But it happens to be that there was a cop that was casing the enforcer.
Yeah.
And so he sees the house is on fire, goes inside, and pulls her out, and she dies for like a few minutes. Brings her back, and the last thing she thinks before she dies is, "I'm gonna ruin you." And so her power when she wakes up is anything she touches, she can like ruin. It'll just like basically decay like really fast.
Oh, fuck.
So if she touches a person, they'll just decay into like ashes. If she
Damn.
touches like metal,
Damn.
they'll just disintegrate. So it's insane, and she goes fucking crazy.
I like it.
is this the author V.E. Schwartz? Schwab?
V. Schwartz, or
Yeah.
Schwab,
Schwab's?
something like that.
Schwab?
Where is it? Yeah, V. Schwab.
Okay, because
Yeah.
when I looked it up, I got fucking a whole bunch of Disney villains.
Yeah, it's a woman, right?
I think so.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, doesn't really say.
She's a great writer.
Very
So-
nice.
Because also there's Serena Valentino that has the same series. But I think they're Disney. Yeah, they're Disney stuff.
Definitely look up the V. Schwab one.
Yeah.
It's on the first two are on Audible. That's where I listen to most of my books, or all my books. So
one more thing on movies. It looks like we're actually getting a fucking live-action Akira movie. Y'all asked for it.
I don't think we are. Listen, I've been through this fucking song and dance for more than 10 fucking
20
years. Yeah, it's just like, and it's by the same person. Leonardo DiCaprio was always attached to it. I'm like, fucking why? Is he an otaku or some shit? I don't fucking know. I'm just saying. I don't think I don't think it's gonna happen. First of all, if they do it, I don't think it's gonna be well done.
It's gonna be hot fucking trash if it actually happens.
Yeah, because I remember back in the days when they were talking about it, they were saying it's gonna take place in New York, but it's gonna be New York or whatever. I'm like,
That right there.
Yeah,
missed me with everything you just said.
If they had the bike in it, I might watch it. But yeah,
That bike better be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That bike is badass. You know, you can actually buy a kit for that bike.
Oh shit,
It's
really?
based on a scooter. Yeah.
God damn. You gotta pull that up. Like, show the audience that's worthy.
We saw the bike in Ready Player One.
that's true.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting.
We'll see as it gets closer. There's no teaser, no trailer, or anything like that. But
It's just behind the scenes type stuff.
rumor mill is still
Wow, the
going
original
crazy.
Akira came out on Christmas Day in 1989.
God damn.
That's a great Christmas gift. And it made it had a that's in yen. It had a budget of 1.9 billion yen. I'm like, I just saw the 1.1 billion. I was like, fuck, that's hella money.
Yeah.
Especially in that day and age.
Yeah, so here is the bike in real life. If you
That's
are watching
fucking
on
dope.
the podcast, where we at?
That's fucking crazy.
Pow! That's the bike in real life,
That's awesome.
and it's like multiple pictures of it.
so cool.
So yeah.
I love how they always do a homage to that in like a whole bunch of animated movies. Whenever someone's on like some kind of bicycle
That
or motorcycle,
fucking
this
peeling
out.
sideward slide,
Yeah.
sideways slide, and then putting the foot out.
Oh, that
It's
one looks
always
real dope.
a tribute to Akira, and you'll know it when you see it from now on. That's fucking dope.
But they also, I mean, there's multiple versions of it. They have cheaper versions like this one,
Yeah.
and they have like
High-end.
beefier versions that are like this one. That looks fucking
Damn.
crazy.
Looks like a real deal bike.
Yeah.
You got to
Holy
shift
shit.
at I think it was like 50,000 RPMs or some shit.
Yeah,
It had some
that's a
crazy
lot,
ass fucking
yeah.
specs.
Holy fucking shit.
Real quick with movie news, did y'all been paying attention about them remaking the Dune movies?
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Really?
I
Yeah.
have. Wasn't BDE is gonna be on there, right?
There's a shit ton
Lot
of
of people.
people in this fucking film.
This is confirmed.
Dune?
This is filming.
Whoa.
It's slated for 2020.
You say Dune or Doom?
Dune, based off
D-U-N-E.
of the based off the book. Like, I was watching parts of it the other day because I tried getting into it. My cousin was really into it because she knew I was really into Star Wars. She's like, "This is like Star Wars, but like in sand." I'm like, "Nah,
Or
fam."
the sand.
Yeah, I'm like, no. But yeah, I mean, you got people like Jason Momoa, Zendaya, Oscar Isaac, Josh Brolin, Dave Bautista, Javier Bardem. There's more, all in this film.
It sounds like it's
damn.
just Marvel.
Yeah, right. But
Marvel
I mean,
and DC collaborating shit.
So they're redoing this, basically updating this. I know that they like Sci-Fi had one of the sequels, Children of Doom.
Serious.
Yeah. So, but then there was the movie back in like 85, 86 or something. Like,
Yeah, it's with
Kyle-
Patrick Stewart was in that.
Yes, he had
looks
hair.
Looks exactly the fucking same. He had
Yeah,
a little
bit
more
of hair.
but that's
Whoa.
it.
Yeah. So Sting was in the original too.
Yeah.
Like, he
Yeah.
has a fight. He has a knife fight scene.
He died like a bitch at the end.
He does. He gets fucked up. But yeah, I mean they had like a bunch of popular '80s stars, but they're bringing it back. So I know there's the book series. The book has been around for I don't know, fucking decades. So I might try to sit down and read it before the movie comes out, but we'll see.
God damn.
That's
Yeah,
him
there he
again.
is.
Looks exactly the fucking same.
He does, man. That dude does not age.
This movie came out 300 fucking years ago. Hold on, for y'all that listen, if you're watching on the live stream, this is Patrick Stewart from Dune that was released in fucking 1845. I'm just saying.
It looks the same.
He looks
man.
the same. He has a little bit of hair,
That's it.
but that's it.
He's so
It's pretty
fucking
great. But yeah,
How old is Patrick Stewart?
He's got to be in his 70s, I would think. 70s, 80s?
I think he just started losing his hair at a young age. You know what's funny is that he's in really good fucking shape.
Oh, he is, yeah.
Yeah, and he's coming out with a new Star Trek
Yep.
that's based. They're using the same, I think, company that released Discovery, which is great.
And he's going to be Jean-Luc Picard again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
and
So
it'll
he's-
be after the events of what happened in Star Trek the 2009 and what happened with that whole thing. So,
So
it's
he's
basically
78.
78, yeah.
God
Wow.
dang.
It looks great.
I mean,
Damn.
look at him compared to like, Ian McKellen is 1 year older, and he looks not as good.
Yeah.
I'll just say that. Ian McKellen, love you, dude, but I mean, you're old. Both of you guys are old. Patrick Stewart is keeping it together.
How old is William Shatner?
He's 70-something too.
88.
Damn, he's 88.
God damn.
He looks
older than Patrick.
Actually, for 88 years old,
He ain't bad. He's holding up.
Yeah.
Damn,
God
he's
damn.
older than I thought.
Holy shit.
God
He's only 78. Oh, he's 10 years older. Wow.
Damn.
Yeah.
Holy shit. I mean, yeah, Star Trek did come out before Next Generation.
That was a 60s show, man.
Yeah.
I heard this. They had William Shatner on some show, and he said that he gains weight every year, like a certain amount of weight,
Wow.
to fill out his face,
Okay, that's
so he doesn't look as old.
Oh,
So he
interesting.
doesn't like sag.
that's a weird way. Okay,
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is.
Oh, it looks.
I meant. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, Patrick Stewart's been through some women.
yeah.
He got hoes, man. You know he got
he's-
hoes.
He's got a long list of spouses.
I mean,
but
he's been around for like 300 years.
You know,
Vampire Blood.
He briefly taught at Santa Clara University.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he briefly.
But it looks
taught.
like he's gonna be in the I guess a Charlie Angel reboot,
Yep.
Oh,
which
okay.
is coming
down
out.
for
Oh, your girl is in that.
Who?
Brie Larson?
No, Kristen Stewart.
Kristen Stewart is a
Yeah.
Charlie's Angel
Oh,
girl.
no.
Yes.
That's an instant
Have you not
fuck
seen?
yeah, this is bullshit.
No, wait. Okay, but she's not one of the angels.
Of
though.
course she is,
Oh,
bruh.
God.
Bruh.
Damn.
And-
How do you go from Lucy Liu
Yeah.
and fucking
Cameron
Cameron
Diaz.
Diaz.
Cameron
and-
Diaz?
And shit, what's her name? The chick from Santa Cruz Diet.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Drew Barrymore.
Drew,
Drew
yeah,
Barrymore.
Drew, and
She's hot as fuck.
in those days,
Oh, they
I
all
mean,
are. They're all hot as fuck.
yeah, you don't go from that to.
And if somebody is old that's listening to this, they're probably like, "What the fuck? What about what is that? The Pharaoh? What's her name?
Jane
Ah,
Farrow?
the originals.
Yeah.
Oh.
What? Yeah, Farrah Fawcett.
Farrah Fawcett. There we
Yeah.
go. She's hot as fuck.
She was bad, and in her day. Come on now.
Dude, this
Yeah.
is crazy. There's 3 people playing Bosley. Elizabeth Bank is playing Bosley. Patrick Stewart is playing Bosley, and some Jimon
Discipline
Monson.
Hunt.
Jaime Hunter.
God
Oh yeah.
damn.
I thought the D was silent. You know, Django.
Yeah.
I'm like, shit, is the D silent? Fuck.
Yeah, so I guess there's a teaser trailer for this already. Well, I know Elizabeth Bank, Kristen Stewart, and this Naomi Scott. They're the 3 angels.
I mean, don't get me
Naomi
wrong.
Scott's
I
fucking
liked the ones from the early 2000s. Those were fun. So I'll give this one a shot.
They were fun. And also had the guy from the dad from Back to the Future. in
Yeah.
there.
And wasn't Bill
Oh,
Murray
yeah.
the voice? Am I tripping?
Yeah, he was.
Actually,
Oh yeah, he was Bosley.
Okay.
And then so was what's his
Or
name?
no, not Bosley.
What's the black dude's name? Bernie
Bernie Mac?
Bernie Mac was
Yeah.
in it as well.
Yeah, that's right. R.I.P. Bernie.
Damn.
No, okay. Are y'all at all excited? Hellboy is a true rated R movie. We're like a week away. I'm not hearing a whole lot of buzz. Are y'all excited? What's going on with this?
I'm not gonna watch it in the theaters. Even though, I mean, listen, if I'm a bad example. If I didn't have a fucking toddler, I would go watch more movies in the theaters. But I have to pick and choose which movie because I have to have somebody to watch my kid.
Of
You
course.
know, so because
course.
me and K-Mac watch similar movies. But if she doesn't want to watch this one, then I'll just go watch it without her.
Okay, but so you're interested, really? Then.
Yeah, I'm really interested. I think people that were saying that it doesn't look like Hellboy. I'm like, it doesn't look like Ron Perlman, yeah, but it looks like Hellboy. Like if you go back to the comics, look at the comics, it looks like Hellboy. So I'm fine with that. I want to see what's gonna go on with this movie. Having a rated R movie,
Yep.
makes me more interested to see some gore and shit. So yeah, I'm interested.
What say y'all?
I mean, I'm partially interested. Still, I just have a bad taste in my mouth because of Mila.
Come.
No,
damn.
no, Mila would get that, but I mean, after those Resident Evil movies, knowing that she's the Red Queen or whatever the fuck.
Wait, you talking about Mila Jovovich? You don't like her? You don't
No,
fuck
no,
with
no.
Mila?
It's not that I don't like her. It's just that I mean, have you seen her Resident Evil movies?
I've seen every one of them.
Have you
Why are you
seen-
lying?
Have you seen
The Fifth Element? Of course I've seen it,
come
and
on.
I own it. But still, I don't know.
She was
It's
crazy
just-
as shit in the shit. I forgot the name of the movie where she's like Joan of Arc.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
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 That was old school. I mean, I'm interested, but I don't plan on seeing it like opening weekend.
Damn.
For sure. I'd rather see Shazam. That's like on the docket for me.
Well, they're
Before.
one after the other.
Yeah, I mean, if I miss Hellboy, I'll just wait for Blu-ray, Netflix, whatever.
I feel like the bad timing before Avengers. They should have picked a different date, maybe.
Yeah.
It's like a black hole,
Yeah.
and people don't pay attention. I mean, I think we talked about it previously on podcasts, where it's like they literally will hold the movie back for years. This is happening with Wonder Woman,
Mm-hmm.
right? The Wonder Woman 1980, whatever the fuck.
4.
Yeah, they're holding that. They're pushing the movie out because it had a bad window when it was supposed to come out. So they're pushing it out by I think it was like a year or something like that.
Almost,
right?
yeah.
It was fucking insane. And they did that for the King Arthur movie, even though it was terrible.
Yep.
You know,
yeah.
same deal. It had a bad window, but bad window ain't gonna fucking save a shitty movie.
Nope.
So make sure you have a decent movie to push back.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And it does help to have nothing big, big budget, that same opening weekend or two, but yeah. Blue, what did you think? I mean, y'all, you fucking with this or you passing?
I'll probably pass. I don't think I'll probably see it open a weekend. I'll probably wait till it comes on Blu-ray. Because I didn't really... I mean, the Hellboy's not my jam. Like, I saw the first two, and they were all right, but that's not my thing, so I'll probably wait till it comes out on Blu-ray.
I loved the first one at the time.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss that the hot chick.
Just
What's her name?
Blair?
Oh,
The-
Selma Blair.
Blair.
Oh,
You know,
man.
she's having problems now, but she's getting over it. You know, I mean, I'm not over it, but I mean,
Wait, what?
What was her problem?
she's working through it. No, she has like cerebral palsy now.
Oh,
She
yeah,
has-
yeah.
She has MS.
Oh, MS.
She
Okay.
has MS.
she was in Cruel Intention too, right?
Yeah, that was a hot ass scene with her and Sarah Michelle Gellar
Okay.
with the spittle.
If you're not of a certain age, Sarah Michelle Gellar is not going to be like, you're going to look at her and like, okay, whatever. But at the time, there was some hotness going on there. You know what I mean?
She was just
Extra bad.
Buffy back then, and she's pretty bad.
Yeah, there was some scene in Cruel Intentions where she implied that she would take it in the ass.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I rewound that to the
Yeah.
fucking tape pop.
Yeah, and it's like her stepbrother or whatnot. She's like,
Yeah.
hey, if you do this for me, I'll let you put it anywhere. And I was like, oh, damn.
That's all I
that was the
needed.
guy
And
with,
she got on all fours.
Explosion.
He had top ramen hair.
Yeah, like before Justin
Timberlake,
Timberlake.
yeah.
yeah. No, it was actually after.
Oh, was
Probably
it
same
same
time.
time?
Yeah,
Oh.
sometime, yeah.
I mean, she had that crucifix with the cocaine in it and shit.
She sure did.
Yeah, she liked to party.
Ooh, I wanted to.
You almost
shut up.
unzipped on the cat.
Jessica Alba was hot as fuck. She's probably still hot as fuck today.
She's still hot.
Yeah.
Her and Alyssa Milano, I was like, God damn.
I still like Alyssa Milano. She
Well,
get broke
she
off.
talks some nonsense though.
Every now. Yes.
But
Because of the vaccine stuff too
Oh,
with
yeah.
her. But go ahead.
I still fuck some sense in her.
Oh, damn.
Look,
if I was single,
I don't fuck with Rose
McGowan?
McGowan all that much in terms of some of the bullshit she says. But in the late '90s,
Well, what
yeah.
about homegirl from Clueless? Not the main chick, but the black chick.
Stacey
Oh,
Dash.
Stacey Dash.
Yeah,
Oh,
she is
yeah.
still fine as fuck, but she is crazy
She
as
is
fuck.
so conservative. It's insane. Like, I follow her on Facebook, and I'm just like, dude, you gotta stop. She will share like some serious Russian troll shit.
Yep.
I'm just like, dude, what's wrong with you? But you still bad as fuck though.
Yeah, she
Red
does
bone.
Travis Scott be liking her.
not age.
Travis Scott only likes Jamba Juice. Get out of here.
Yeah, he says Stacey Dash. The other girls ain't got a clue.
Stacey, hold on, let's see what she looks like today.
Uh-oh.
She's still-
We-
I'm pretty sure she's bad
she's
as fuck.
still
We've been
bad.
been disappointed when we've done this before.
No, we've been
I would
shocked.
not be dis-
Oh,
God.
Lord.
Damn.
Look at what they did.
Jesus. Man.
Busted
Look
all
at that.
over.
Look at the smile, the teeth, the eyes. Come on now.
Damn.
Come on.
Look
now.
at, hold on, look at this internet. Oh, where's my buttons at? Look at this internet.
Skeet.
Look at this.
Skeet. And
those
been
of
bad
you
since
live.
the 90s.
All
you
that
know?
all that crazy.
You're right. You know what, Stacey Dash? You're right. Vaccines do cause autism. I don't give a fuck anymore.
You look good
You're too
enough.
bad.
Okay, old ninja. I got a question for you.
Now what?
Battlefield V.
Oh.
They dropped something. Did they finally release their battle royale? And is it worth a goddamn?
Oh. Yeah, the Firestorm.
Yeah.
So I've only played a little bit of it, and it's.
So even you hate it.
No, I don't hate it. It's battle.
Goddamn.
yeah.
Jumping to conclusions, bro.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, it's battle royale, Battlefield style. Just like Battlefield style, it's a big ass fucking map. The map. So when you look at the map, it looks like fucking Arkansas. But when you actually play, it's like you're in a whole nother fucking world type thing.
Why the fuck would a World War II map look like Arkansas?
I don't fucking know, man. I don't make the fucking game.
That'd be fucked up.
I know.
Apparently, we lost.
The fuck?
Yeah, the map. I mean, dude,
Should
the map
look like Germany or
No,
like
this shit. If you look at the map, it looks like fucking Arkansas. It's
Russia,
fucking weird.
Like,
Yeah, I mean, it
A
plays
lot of important places in this world during
Yeah.
World War II.
Oh, yeah,
There were.
yeah, you
Yeah.
can go to
Arkansas was
Africa.
not one of them.
Yeah.
no shit. I'm telling you what the fucking map looked like.
Hold on, you
God
could
dang.
basically go to anywhere except for the Americas.
Yeah, exactly.
Anywhere. And you would get some World War II shit.
Yeah.
And maybe Australia. Maybe Australia.
maybe, yeah.
But everywhere else, and Antarctica.
Yeah.
Everywhere else, yeah.
Yeah, it's a huge playing sandbox area. The big difference is, you know where the circle of fire. It's a big giant fucking fire. You know what it is, where it is when you jump into the map.
Okay.
Versus like Fortnite and I think Black Ops and Apex. You don't know the ring until like after the first like 30 seconds or whatnot.
This is free update, right?
This is a free update. Yes, it's a free mode for Battlefield 5. It's got like, it's just fucking, it's a huge play area, but it's weird because like they condense it really quickly. If you are a passive fire, you will die very, very quickly. Escaping the fire, they give you a little bit of chance, but if you don't get out, you're definitely dead. Unlike like Apex, you can heal yourself and still be in like the storm or the fire or whatever.
100 players down to one team.
I believe it's 64. It's 64 players.
Okay.
And so you can do two versions. You can do solo by yourself, or you can do a squad of 4.
Okay.
They have one. I mean, it's not interesting. It's just different. They have a safe, right? If you get to a safe, you can unlock the safe to get really good loot. Problem is, it takes a good almost a minute to open the safe. You don't have to do anything complicated. You just got to hold the button down. But you're super vulnerable in order to get that loot.
Is there anything like crazy unique that you think would pull players away from all the other Apex and Blackout and Fortnite and all the others?
I think the craziest, the uniqueness is that I guess Fortnite does now is like the gyrocopter type stuff. So you can have like flying vehicles. There's obviously vehicles in this, but I think in Blackout you can shoot or whatnot. Like if you have your squad and those little things you can shoot. They have stuff like that. They have tanks.
Okay.
They have tanks.
That's
the
kind of
gyrocopter, boats with fucking turret guns on it. There's been a few other things that I have not found that I guess are in the game. But so far it's a lot of fun. The player is really big. You can do solo or you can play as a squad. I haven't played it enough to give like a fully final review, but right now it's definitely a contender, battle royale contender. It's definitely not shit, but it's definitely fun.
I don't know why Unreal has not dropped something like this. Like, if y'all didn't know, if you're not like a video game historian, Unreal, like, they did a lot of shit before most video games did.
True.
Like, Halo took a lot of stuff from Unreal, like vehicles, all that shit, being in space, all that shit. But they haven't really dropped a real game. I mean, they dropped like a free version of the game, but they haven't dropped like a real fucking game in like forever.
You know what I've always wanted to ask you really quick about Unreal? So they did the Unreal tournament and all that, and then did they use some of that money to make that engine that everybody uses, the Unreal Engine?
No, so the engine they made before they were big. So when the first Unreal dropped, that's when the Unreal Engine dropped.
Got it. Okay.
And the first Unreal was fucking insane because it was the first game I played. It was on the PC only when it first came out. And it was so fucking big. I was like, what is going on here? Like, you literally crash land on, like, a planet, and then you're going around this planet, and it was just like, how is this game so big? Like, I was just amazed. And then Unreal Tournament dropped, and I was like, this is the shit right here. Like, that was one of the most underrated first-person shooters of all fucking time. I would say probably the number one most underrated shooter, only because they don't have an ongoing series and a legacy today.
Yeah.
And I don't really understand why, because I mean they sell their technology like pretty much any game you play today. Not any game, a lot of games you play today, is on the Unreal Engine.
Unreal 4.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been promoting it. A lot of people have been using it. Apparently, it's super popular with developers. It's either the two that I keep hearing about are either Unity or Unreal 4.
Yep.
Granted, there is what's the one that DICE uses?
Frostbite.
Yeah. And then there's one, the Cry engine.
Yeah.
That they use, and then I mean, there's other ones that have their own proprietary stuff, but the two big ones, Unreal 4. When was the last Unreal? Like the last one I played was 04, where they dropped like a component where you could build your own fucking maps. They gave it to you, and like you could literally go to a server and download it would have favorite maps, most downloaded, like whatever, and you can just add it to your rotation, and people would be in it, and they'd be fucking crazy.
And I think we're really missing that with like map creators and shit like that. They kind of the video game industry is really fatty at this point. Like they like to do like fads, right? I mean, we had this conversation a little bit earlier. I mean, I was joking around with you, but we were talking about the split screen shit, right? But the split screen shit, like people, they do miss it, but the video game industry just decided to go to where like the more of the mainstream easier money was, right? They decided to do first person shooters and like, oh well, we have online components, so just make it online only. Well, that's fucking annoying. Like I really miss the old school days of like having a LAN party or playing on like say if you want to play a game with your kid and it's a first person shooter, you don't want to fucking buy 2 copies of the game.
Buy 2 consoles.
You have everybody has a fucking gigantic screen. Most people. All right, listen, we live in America. Most people have a gigantic screen in their living room, right? When we were kids, we would play on TVs that were way smaller. So even if you took a game and split screened it out into even 4 screens, if you have a 60-inch plus screen, that's basically the fucking size screen that you had when we all grew up. So it's not really a huge deal anymore. And I think that the fact that they took that away from us is kind of a travesty. And the fact that they took away these map making abilities, modding abilities, all that kinds of shit, having local servers is it's fucked up. And I really miss those kind of days because honestly, if we had like some sort of a game that we could have like a legit LAN party that was like a current game, I would seriously see how much it costs to like rent out a hall and then just do a fucking LAN party.
Like it's 04.
Yeah, we do a BTI LAN party and just fucking do it. But
that'd be fucking dope.
It's difficult to do now because a lot of games they don't have that functionality because they want you to pay towards an online component. Because if you look at like both PlayStation and Xbox, you have to pay to play those games online, either PSN Plus or Xbox Gold.
I guess there's one exception, and that's Fortnite. Because my roommate, he has PS4.
It's not an exception. You can't pay it locally. You can't. Play
no, not locally, but you can play online without paying.
Yeah. But you still won't have the LAN party like feel anymore.
No.
Yeah.
I will say this though, you the PC folks can still do mods.
Of course.
Well, yeah, you can do mods, but I think that it's still difficult to do the LAN party thing now because they took away local servers for the vast majority of games. There's still a few that you can still do it on.
Yeah, Battlefield does.
Yeah, but I remember when, what was it, Modern Warfare 2 came out. Like, I was pissed because when it came out, I was in Iraq.
Yep.
And we played everything on LAN.
Yeah.
And when they took away the local server thing, we were like, we can't fucking play the new one anymore. We had to play it online or just the single player thing. And playing online, in Iraq or some other country where you don't have
like
an internet connection, it's fucking impossible.
I agree.
Remember when Sony, I think it was maybe for the PlayStation 2 or 3, where they had some kind of sunglasses or glasses that you can wear, where it would show like you can play a 2-player game, you can play a 2-player game, and like you wear sunglasses or some kind of glasses, and every person saw a different thing, but they still shared the same screen. It like overlapped the images on top of each other.
I think it was a PS3. It was a special monitor you had to buy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like it basically works like 3D like a 3D image or whatever, because one eye sees one part of the image and the other eye sees another part, but except for that, one person saw one image and another person saw a different image. It's kind of cool.
I would just tilt my head and be like, "Where's that motherfucker at?"
I guess there's a slight caveat now. I mean, it kind of sucks, but I mean, going back to the LAN party, there's places, I guess now, we have one here in Oakland where you could just rent out a spot for a certain amount of hours and play like basically have a LAN party, but you're renting that space and you have to pick a particular game. I know in San Jose when they had the FK Lounge, you could do that. They had like rooms where you could rent out. It was cool. They were decently rated. It was like you could have, I think, 10 people for like $20-$30 an hour.
I mean, I get that. That's cool, I guess, especially with people that are renting out the space. But when I was young, and I would literally go to somebody's house, bring my whole either my desktop or a laptop, and just sit there. We would pull out folding fucking desks and folding chairs, and we put all our shit back to back, and just play some games. Like, I think that we have this generation today that's stolen from them.
They don't do it.
Yeah.
And the other thing they don't do is arcades either.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
that's all
no.
gone for
Yeah,
the most part
yeah.
too.
So arcades are now for adults. There's one in San Francisco we were going to go to. There's
Just
Oh.
here in Hayward. What are you talking about?
there's one in
Yeah,
Hayward.
it's a retro
Is it a
one.
coin op? There's a coin op
not
because it's like a,
Yeah.
because the coin op one. Well, no, there's a place called coin. There's a franchise called Coin Op. There's one in Sac, one in Sac, and one in San Francisco.
Well-
It has a bar, but it has a classic arcade.
No, I
with it.
I've been there.
went to San Francisco with it. It wasn't. It was coin op, but was it coin op? I can't
No, we
remember.
went. No, it was
It's
something
like
else you were talking
Arcadian
about.
or something like
Yes,
It was
something
an
like
arcade
that.
though. With at a bar too. They had good beer.
that. Yeah.
So,
It's like right off of Mission, right? Or Mission
Something
or
like that,
Market.
yeah.
something.
I want to hear though. To switch gears, the Division 2. You're on some in game, right?
Yeah. So
Tell me about
I got to the end game of the Division 2, and this is a great game.
Was Thanos there?
No, Thanos was he just.
Damn.
It's actually kind of worse than Thanos. I just had new bad guys that kicked my ass. Yeah, so the end game content was really good. It's kind of cheesy once I say like what happens, but basically I'm not going to give away too much here. But at the end of the game, there's a new faction, and then you basically can replay what's called invasion missions, where this new faction invaded the other missions that you had throughout the entire game, and it's like way different.
Okay.
So it's a little different, but it's way harder if you don't know what the fuck you're doing.
So they increase the difficulty and the new faction.
Yeah, because they have like the new faction. They have like all kinds of fucking crazy gadgets and shit. They have 2 different kinds of mobile mechs that are ground mobile mechs, and they have drones that will fuck you up.
God damn.
So some of them shoot at you, some of them are fucking dive bombers, and it's just like it's really hard to like. I'm still doing like Kirito style like, by myself, so it's difficult to like play it like that
I'll bet.
at the end game. But it's really cool. Like basically at the end, everything gets taken back, and you have to like reconquer everything again.
God dang.
But it's really interesting because they have like this whole new gear score thing, which is from the old game. But you have to pay attention to those gear scores and like way you can upgrade. And some of the gear scores I don't really pay attention to. It's like how many slots do I have to like have like utility slots?
Yeah.
You know, some of them like have better gear or better armor, for instance. But I have like 1 slot, and I'm just like fuck that.
yeah,
So
that's the only thing that kind of bothered me from the first one. Like I would have high level gear, but it has shitty stats, and I have low level gear that has better stats. And I'm like,
yeah.
fuck. And it'll have 3 slots versus 2 slots, and I have all these mods that I want to put in. Some mods, because mods have different tiers. You can have a common, a rare, and a fucking superior mod. And I think there's high end mods. I'm not sure in this one. I'm not at the end game yet. I leveled up.
There are high end mods.
Yeah, so I'm just like, fuck, dude. There's a lot of shit in this fucking game. There's a bunch of shit. My question is, if you are playing your specialist class, are you stuck with that, or can you come back and pick?
Oh,
just
you can pick it at any time. So, well, when I say at any time, basically you have to go back to the White House to respec.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Which it's not hard to do, you know.
Fast travel?
Yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah,
can fast
yeah.
travel. Yeah.
That's a lifesaver.
But having the new specialist thing, I thought it was just like the weapon, but it's not. So I have a specialist class of the hunter, which so I get like this badass crossbow that you shoot it and then it explodes.
Ooh.
All right, but then it also unlocks like there's a whole bunch of other things you can unlock. You can get a shotgun, and then there's another one where it modifies your seeker mine to be like a healer.
Okay.
So usually I use like a drone to heal me and then a turret to attack.
I like that.
But the seeker healer thing heals way more than the seeker drone.
That's
so I
weird.
switched to that, and it's significant. I
Okay.
looked at the stats. So
Okay.
yeah, so I had to switch to the seeker drone, or the seeker mine. But yeah, it's way different in the late game because some of the bosses are way fucking harder.
What's the incentive to keep playing? Like better loot?
Loot, yeah,
Loot.
Better loot. Okay.
Yeah, but they're just conquering and being the best. So, have you done the Dark Zone or PvP yet?
I did the Dark Zone a little bit. It's just like for the mission part, I've done 0 PvP.
Oh, okay. So, because the Dark Zone is it's either PvE or PvP, I guess, depending on if you go rogue or if you want to help people or just fuck people up. I think there's 4 Dark Zones or 3.
There are 3 or 4, something like that.
Something
yeah.
like that.
I've been to 2 of them, I think. Or
Yeah,
maybe one.
it's weird to me that you have to play a mission to unlock the Dark Zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, wait, what? You can't literally jump into a Dark Zone and just start fucking people up. You have to do a little mission to unlock it.
So I actually don't mind because you get it. It makes you learn the layout of that dark zone.
That's good, yeah.
And it gives you decent loot.
I'm just used to getting my ass kicked to the dark zone. Like, oh, let's try out the dark zone. Then people are waiting, they go rogue, and I get shot. And then I gotta respawn.
That's probably gonna be a mass complaint by them. I think this is their solution to that: is learn the dark zone ins and out first, and then go there when there's people there, like real people.
From what I understand, because I've only unlocked one so far, but each dark zone has its own level. So if you want to go to like one that's closer to your level, you have to go to a specific dark zone, or no?
Wait, say that again.
So basically, if you're like level 1 through 10 in the dark zone, you can only go to the west side dark zone versus the south, west.
So throughout the whole game, you're never stopped from going anywhere.
Okay.
If you think you're a badass, you can do fucking level 30 missions at fucking level 5. You can go ahead and do it. You try it. You want, you get fucked up, but you try it.
Yeah, and also PvP has its own leveling up system. So you start at level 1. I did it during the demo. I have not done it in the live game yet.
Okay. Yeah, it's been super interesting. One of the things that I like, because obviously after you hit level 30, you stop getting like traditional levels.
Yeah.
So every time you hit a certain experience point amount, you'll get a proficiency cache.
Okay.
Where you get high-end gear, at least 2 pieces of high-end gear.
So, and high-end means close to legendary, I'm assuming.
Basically, yeah. Like, there's exotic gear, but that's like... I've only seen it twice throughout the whole game.
It's going to be tough. I think the only way they're going to let you do it now is once they drop the raid and, like, whatever other... Because more content is coming.
Good.
That's the thing. They tell you right when you get the gun... When you get the game... These events are coming.
Season pass, like
free?
No, you got to pay.
Okay.
So
you got to pay for year 1.
When I got the Steel Box Edition, which I have right here, it came with a free year 1 DLC.
Right. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
It's a dope-ass box.
Man.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm glad you're still liking it, even after beating it.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it, especially like the post game shit. I got fucked up for like the first like maybe hour that I played. Post game, and now I'm getting the hang of it. I got some decent guns now that are to my playstyle, because I kept getting guns that were like not to my playstyle, because I got like a sniper rifle that was like super high spec, but I'm not. The sniper rifles have too low of fire rate, and then you can't really move and shoot them.
Yeah.
So it's super annoying. So I got a marksman rifle shortly after that, like the one that I really like, that does like a lot of damage, and then I have a really good machine gun. And I have the crossbow, and I have a really good handgun too. So
you linking up? You guys linking up on?
No,
there
we're on
ever?
2 different systems.
Oh, that's right.
And he don't like playing with nobody, so.
Yeah, I was gonna say, have you been playing with other people, or you been soloing it?
I've been soloing it pretty much the whole time.
See?
The only time I played with somebody was that somebody happened to jump in my game. I don't know how the fuck they did it.
So I figured out how it's when you're at either basically a safe zone. When there's other people, they can squad up with you if you do not lock your lobby.
Oh, maybe I should have done that.
So yeah, you can lock your group to be invite only.
Well,
but if not, they can just jump right in.
He leveled up. He wasn't that good though.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Why am I saving you 5 fucking times, bro?
Damn.
Yeah, I really in the demo, because I can't wait to get this weapon. It's a fucking grenade launcher. What sucks is early on, the fucking enemies have grenade launchers, and they fucking lob them the fuck out of you. I'm like, where is my grenade launcher? I have to wait till I'm level fucking 30 to get that and wreck them. But it fucks shit up.
What's the level cap right now?
So good, 30.
It's 30.
Okay.
Yeah. So once you get to 30, you go into like if you play Destiny, like the light levels, right? So
Good
and you
shit.
basically in Division 2, it's by gear score.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
I mean, there's a shit ton to do. What's fucking me up is I was asking Cronus about this. I'm like, hey, this is what happened. I'm playing a mission, and I'm trying to get loot because there's a shit ton of loot. I'm like, fuck. I get into a room that has like a recording, and I'm listening to the recording, and I'm like, what's this have to do with the mission? And why do they mention like what happened across the street? So I'm like, all right, we finished the mission because I'm at the end. I'm like, I want to see where this guy was talking about. I go to this spot. Now, mind you, on the map, it does not show me anything. On my mini-map, there's nothing. I walk into a room, and it's full of fucking high-level enemies.
God damn.
They're, like, protecting something. And I'm like, what the fuck?
The booty.
Yeah, so it's like these hidden, like, things in the game. Like, it tells you about where this particular person was, which is usually close by. And if you go investigate, it turns into some kind of fucking mission.
Yeah, there's a lot of hidden shit in the game. Have you gotten the bounties yet?
Yeah, I've done like I get fucked up on the bounties because
You
they
get smoked.
Yeah, luckily I had people help me when I did like my second or third bounty. Finally killed this motherfucker because they like when they have bounties, they come out. They give no fucks. They come right at you and try to fuck your world up and walk away like they're a fucking king while you're just trying to break their armor.
Yeah, this game is weird. It's either it's gonna seem like you're really good at the game, or you're gonna walk into the wrong situation and look like a loser.
Yeah.
So there's times where I'm like, oh, I'm King fucking Ding-a-ling. And then all of a sudden I walk into somebody, I don't see the red meter, the red thing, and I just get fucked up in like 5 fucking shots.
Yeah. That's good film.
Bad.
What's this new console shit?
What console?
In television?
Vaporware.
Yeah, it's.
Soldier Boy tell him?
Yeah, they're just and television announced like their new like they have like it's like a 4-minute trailer.
That was a while ago though.
Yeah, about this new. They're saying it's supposed to come out in like 2021 or some bullshit like that.
2054?
Some shit. But they have some new consoles saying it's going to be revolutionary. I don't think they're I think they're going the route of the Switch where they're not using discs. They're using basically flash drives and whatnot. So and they have their controllers are similar to it's like a mix between like a wand and like the Dreamcast where you can like slide like these little peripherals in them and do like extra shit. It's just it sounds cool in concept, but what they did not do is they did not announce whatever games are coming to this system. So I'm like, well, what's the point?
Games are fucking important for a console.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, if you guys are not giving like Doom at least or something, this ain't going nowhere.
Get in here, Blue. Go ahead.
It's called.
I've never heard about it until now.
Yeah, it's called the Amico, and they're gonna release it on October 10th, 2020.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Oh, they're gonna try to release it.
Yeah.
I mean, good luck to you guys.
Well, I heard that Atari's actually gonna release their console pretty soon.
Yeah, I think the end of the year or something
Yeah,
like
which I haven't seen anything about it since the little small trailer was released like 2 years ago.
What are you seeing, Kronos?
Oh no. Sorry. Oh, I had to sneeze. That's why that sounded super effeminate when I said oh no. Oh no. So they said that all their games are family friendly, either E for everyone or E10 plus.
Okay.
That's not a good sign, actually.
that. Family friendly.
I mean, that's Nintendo kind of.
The retail is between because they have Doom and shit now.
But yeah, they knew who has the money.
The retail range of the console is between $149 and $179.
Seems a little bit high.
This seems a little bit low for
It seems low for a console.
Well, hold on. What I was actually comparing it to was some of the like minis.
handheld?
Oh, like retro shit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Because in the y'all can't see it, but like at the top of the the top of this
Oh, it was like
whatever
some retro.
website, I'm
Yeah.
seeing not even 8-bit graphics.
2-bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's
Looking like
just their
Pong
old
graphics.
stuff.
I don't know what
Yeah.
games that we're talking about. So
No, they didn't. I didn't see anything announced as far as games.
And it said all games are console exclusive. That's what?
this is
That sound no. This
sounds
is not
suspect,
gonna be
doesn't
good. Yeah.
Unless all their games were like
Equal
indie games.
opportunity gaming. Yeah, and all the games are priced between $3 and $8.
No DLCs.
All right, not purchases. It's online. Yeah,
I mean,
this is not good.
You know what this might be? This is just true speculation. This might be some like iOS kind of mobile kind of games.
Yeah, the
Maybe.
controller looks like some iOS kind of shit. Looks like a fucking iPod.
Yeah.
There you go.
So
That's fucking weird.
I ain't paying that much money for being able to play mobile games that I can already do on my fucking phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's shit that you can. There's some games you can play Fortnite on your phone.
Of course.
So, yeah,
We will
we'll
see.
see.
What was the Alien? What is this? Alien the Play?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I thought
yeah.
about this.
You heard about this. You posted a little bit about
Post
this
a
on
lot of
Twitter.
bullshit, man.
This is true. Yeah. So it was some kids in New Jersey? They decided to put on Alien the Play. Basically, it's Alien the 1979 Alien.
So I really fucking miss Alien.
I think their budget was like $50 some shit. That's some crazy
No, it
amount.
was something. No, it wasn't
Can't do nothing for
$50.
$50.
Yeah, you can.
Hey, you can if you ain't got money.
Go to Thailand.
Yeah, them lady boys are cheap.
Yeah.
Go to Tenderloin.
Crack
So,
horse
yeah.
soup.
So yeah, apparently this has gotten a lot of buzz. This is in the media about how the kids were basically cosplaying this. They put in their own money. Some of the teachers helped out, put in their money.
Oh, 3,500.
There you go.
To millennial kids who are like 15, 16 years old, the first Alien movie is a classic old movie. Like to them, from their perspective, it would be like us talking about something from the 40s almost.
Yeah.
40s and 50s. That's how it feels for them.
I mean, Alien was cool, but Aliens
It's
Yeah.
great.
was like the shit.
I loved them both. I'll watch them
Yeah,
both
the first two.
anytime.
I think the first two are definitely both groundbreaking.
Yeah.
But I think it's a great homage that young people are liking it, even though they shouldn't be watching this because this is a rated R fucking film.
it probably
saying.
seems, by today's standards, a little cheesy on the
Yeah, it's
radar.
probably
Oh,
like
yeah,
PG-13 and today's standards.
Chest busting.
Yeah,
That's not.
chest busting.
that's
People
not
get ripped
pe-
apart.
Yeah, I think it deserved the R. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
that
Most-
from a special effects standpoint,
Most
I don't
horror,
think it's from
most
the
horror
70s
movies
it's gonna
are
look-
PG-13.
I mean,
I don't know
but
if you've ever seen A Clockwork Orange, that movie deserved an R rating.
Oh, that definitely not.
Yeah, I gotta go and rewatch them. I haven't seen Alien or Aliens in a kind of a long time. But from what I remember, people getting torn apart, eating chest bursters and shit. When Bishop gets fucked up and he's still talking, and he's got the white blood, and I was like,
The
that's
shit
some
with the
fucked up
droid,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah, that's Bishop, by the way.
When he gets ripped in half.
Yeah, and he's all fucked up. Yeah, I definitely enjoyed those movies.
I'm trying to see what the rating was.
Definitely R.
Yeah, definitely R. That was hardcore R. Nobody can hear you scream in space. So
Yeah.
kudos to the kids for putting this on and doing. They did some pretty creative stuff. Like some people recorded what they were doing. I saw like the last like 30 seconds where they have like Ripley come out and they do their version of it getting sucked out of the airlock and whatnot. It's super cheesy, but I mean for a high school play, it's A1.
Well, apparently Sigourney Weaver, she made a video about it, about
Nice.
the play.
Oh,
So
right
that was
on.
pretty cool.
That's fucking dope.
She's the only chick I know that's named Sigourney.
Yeah, that's a very fucking rare name.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's rated
I
R.
don't. Yeah, I don't even think that's her birth name, is it?
I don't know.
Oh.
She was,
Pretty sure it's
she was the original female badass, as far as I know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that was before Red Sonja, yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, way
Yeah.
before Red Zone. This is in '79, my dude.
Yeah.
Did I not realize how hot she was until that movie with Tim Allen, where they play like some actors in a space TV show, but they end up getting like abducted by aliens.
That's a
Yeah.
Star Trek
Yeah.
parody.
Her
She
titties
had like
was on
fucking
display.
huge
Yeah.
as fucking titties. I was
Yeah.
like, damn,
Look,
Scooby-Doo.
man, she looked bad as hell in fucking Ghostbusters 1.
Oh yeah.
Also in Avatar. She's
Goes
kinda bad
right,
at
or Zool.
Yeah, man. That girl was.
Well, she ended up being Zool, not,
Yeah, dude. I'm cautiously optimistic about the Ghostbusters. I guess it's technically titled Ghostbusters 3.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, we'll see. Oh, speaking of which,
Go ahead.
did y'all see this new trailer for this new zombie movie? It has
Yeah.
Supreme Leader Kylo Ren with Bill Murray in like some podunk town killing fucking zombies. And there's like Danny Glover's in it, Selena Gomez is in it, couple other fucking people are in this. Y'all seen this? or
Yeah,
not?
Dead by Dead.
I think the dead stay dead or dead,
Yeah.
oh, the dead never die. That's what it's called. This trailer, it looks like an American version of Shaun of the Dead.
I'm fucking down.
And
I
it
love
comes
a
out
good
this summer.
zombie movie, man. I'm fucking down for it. We'll fucking see.
It looks
man.
fucking. I was like, someone showed it to me today, and I'm like, I already saw this. They're all, dude, what do you think? I'm seeing this day one. This comes out in June. I was sold. I was like, you got Kylo Ren, you got fucking Dr. Peter Venkman, and you got everyone else thrown in. I'm
Fucking
sold.
down, man.
Sold.
Yeah, I'll probably check it. I mean, given more trailers, you need to see more than just, the Ectomobile.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Oh, for Ghostbusters?
Yeah,
3?
yeah. But let's check it out.
We'll see.
All right, let's move on. So none of y'all watched Twilight Zone yet.
No, I heard it was free on YouTube. The first
Is it?
episode.
Oh,
First
okay.
episode.
Well,
first
first
episode.
episodes. I saw the first one.
This is Jordan Peele's.
Yeah, Jordan Peele's. It's funny because I watched it with my oldest daughter, and she said that it was hard for her to take him seriously because she's used to him being like a,
Oh, yeah.
doing jokes and shit.
Oh.
But-
From his show. Way back.
Liam Nielsen.
Yeah. But
Liam.
I thoroughly enjoyed the first episode. It's about a comedian.
Hmm.
I'm not going to give too much shit away, but he has A-list actors. Oh, not maybe not in the first one, maybe not A-list, but he has actors that you would know.
Good.
That are in there.
Can you name drop one or two?
Yeah. Shit. What was the guy's name? They got into an accident. Black guy got into an accident for a long time. He was
Tracy
fucked up.
Tracy
Tracy Morgan's
Morgan.
in it. Tracy Morgan's in it, and then there's an Indian comedian that's in it. He's a well-known.
Najeez.
Aziz
Not
Ansari?
Aziz Ansari.
No,
It's a
not.
different guy.
It starts with an N or.
Is he
I forget
chubby?
his name. No, he's not.
Oh,
chubby.
okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
But it's really. It starts off kind of slow, but then like once you understand what's going on, you're like, oh, this is fucked up, and then like, it starts getting even more and more fucked up. And the cool thing is, like in the maybe like the first 10 minutes, like it peels away from. The actual show, and then it's Jordan Peele sitting down and then like explaining the situation. And this is the
he's
Twilight
narrator,
Zone.
right?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I was like, oh shit, it's an homage to the fucking shit.
Yeah, the original.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's really well done. They even updated the intro with graphics and different music, but it's still like the Twilight Zone music. So.
Now, obviously, we've been living in the world where Black Mirror has been kind of our version of the Twilight Zone for so long.
Yeah.
How does it compare?
It's sort of like that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's I'll give you the premise, but it shouldn't give too much shit away. Like, imagine if you're a comedian and you sucked. All right,
Okay.
like you were garbage, and the only way to get people to laugh at your jokes is to tell them a personal thing about you. But when you tell that, the audience takes part of that. That's the premise.
Wow. Okay.
I'm not gonna give anything more than that.
Twisted. I
Yeah,
like it.
It's real fucked up, and then like seeing how far somebody would go for fame
Yeah.
is pretty insane.
This one's-
Hashtag me too.
This is on the CBS All Access, right?
It's on CBS
Yes.
All Access, which for some reason I have for free. I don't understand how.
Was it via Amazon or something
So
else you paid for?
When I go to Amazon and I click on both Star Trek, if I go to CBS All Access, I try to sign in. I thought maybe I paid for it, but obviously I didn't because none of my shit worked. But then when I go into Amazon and then I look up Twilight Zone and then I click on it, it fucking plays.
Oh shit!
So I'm just like, whatever.
Better watch it soon.
Yeah. I mean, if I have to pay for it, at this point, they have 2 shows that I really want to watch on there, so I'll watch for a while. Both Star Trek Discovery and this one. And I think that there's more than one episode out.
Good shit.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
I'm fucking down.
I'm definitely gonna check it out because I love the original version of the Twilight Zone. Like it's on Netflix right now, and like there's some very classic. Like I think William Shatner first got his first big role was in Twilight.
He's not. No, it was during. I think it's after Star Trek, and there's an episode with him and Leonard Nimoy in it.
You might want to fact check yourself.
You might want to fact check yourself.
I'll look it up right now.
Yeah, because they were big back then. One of the more popular ones is the one where Shatner gets his face fixed because he was in some kind of accident. And everyone freaks out, and they don't understand why. Because back then they're wearing the mask to cover their face. When you look at William Shatner, he looks normal, but everyone else is freaked out because they all have pig faces.
That was with a woman. You're thinking that was an episode with the woman. It was a woman
Pretty sure
like
it was Shatner.
The new one is obviously in color. They don't do any black and white scenes or
Yes.
anything, right?
The original one?
No, the new one.
The new one's in color. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's in color.
So yes, the first episode is it's called The Comedian. You can watch. It's an hour long, I guess.
Yeah.
Roughly. It's free. It's on goddamn YouTube right now.
It's good. It's fucked up. Once you realize what's happening, you're just like, is he gonna keep? And then you're like, oh shit, this is really fucked up.
Yeah. This is how I like some twisted shit.
So this is weird because it lists other episodes. Oh, okay. This is the original. Never mind. The original episodes are only half an hour or 25 minutes or so.
Now, did you also finish up any more Love, Death, and Robots?
Oh, I finished it.
I didn't watch all of them because my oldest daughter's here and I watched one with her, but I can't. I have to watch them before I can have because there's some of them I'm just like, we ain't watching this shit. 'Cause I'm just like, there's too many titties and shit. It's just like, you think it's weird for you being a kid? It's weird for me. And, like, no.
Titties and balls.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, which one did I watch? I watched the one with the Icebox like
Oh, that was-
civilization.
That was funny. We want the
Oh,
three
yeah,
robots.
the live action.
No, not the robots. I watched the one with this live action one. Was it with the
It's with Topher Grace and
Yeah, yeah.
Mary Elizabeth.
Oh yeah,
Winstead.
yeah. The society inside the freezer.
Yeah, that shit
Yeah.
was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
That girl was
She's
she's
from,
from Ramona, right?
Yeah, she played
she's
Ramona.
Yeah.
And she will be in The Birds of Prey from.
She was hot as fuck as Ramona, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes, she was. Especially that scene
Yeah.
in the bed and her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to say it again. Mary Elizabeth Winstead should have been Rey in Star Wars. I'm just saying it.
I mean, I like Daisy.
I do too, but I think Mary would have
You
been
know who
a better
doesn't?
choice.
Stitch.
Damn.
So William Shatner was in Twilight Zone in 1960s, and Star
60s?
Trek original started in 1966.
Oh.
Wait, 60s or 60s?
1960 is when Twilight Zone
You
was
got
aired.
molded.
Wait. What episode?
That is an old ass word, man.
I know.
Yeah.
Shit. This is lost
Take-
our
90s
audience.
mode.
Taking it back.
Psych.
He played Bob Wilson.
How
and
long- wait.
Don Carter.
How long was Twilight Zone on, and what year was his episode?
You eating crow?
He just tell you the
Yeah,
episode.
he told you 60.
Said he aired in 1960.
It's 60
It's
to
bef-
63
It's
is when he
before.
was on.
Before.
I just got prodigied.
Oh,
Ah.
mother.
It's like
L.
season 2.
They
Well, the reason
become-
why I know because I just watched a whole bunch of like Twilight Zone trivia stuff, and it said that William Shatner was originally on there before he was on Star Trek.
Yeah, I could have sworn it was way after, but my bad.
You
I
was
just got-
wrong.
Yeah, I got prodigied.
So yeah, I watched Love, Death, and Robots too, and I watched all of them. And my favorite one is actually the first episode, the one with the fucking.
That changes depending on who you are.
Yeah.
Wait, does it really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's why I
sometimes
asked
the
you.
orders are different.
Oh shit! I did not fucking know that. I thought
So
they
which-
all worked that
Which
way.
one was your first?
So my favorite one, or the one I saw, was the one with the kite, not the kaiju, but like with the girl with the cuts on her faces, and
Yeah.
she
Oh,
like
yeah.
The
they
sun
like
badass.
they did a thing where they transmit their minds into like the monsters and they would
it's
fucking
sunny.
fight.
Yeah.
That shit was fucking dope as hell. And then the ending where dude get his upcoming, I was like, right when the event happens, you're like, oh shit, like you know what the fuck is going on, and then like shit breaks out. Yeah, it was pretty fucking dope. But then also like the comedy scene with the 3 robots that go on a tour of like the apocalypse area and shit like that. That shit was so funny. But then like the ending with the cats had me fucking rolling. But one of the kind of a running theme with the episodes is that it's always like animal based. Like it's either like something about cats or something about dogs. Like it's animal like instincts or animal like I can't think
that.
of the words, like
Some of them.
inspired by animals. Like there's that one with the cat fox lady or whatever with the cyborgs and stuff where the guy like cuts off her legs and shit.
I mean,
Oh,
even the Dracula one had a cat in it.
Yeah, but then
Yeah.
also like with the werewolf guys, like the marine
That was-
guys, like that was
that was
animal
cool.
based and stuff like that. And you
But
get
the one,
cats.
the one, only one I think that's not is the one with the refrigerator, and then the one with the blue, not you blue, the
The
neon
space
blue.
chick?
No, the
Oh.
artist.
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen that one.
Ooh, that was a trip.
Yeah,
That
that,
was
one
a
was.
That might be
trip.
my favorite one. Even
Yeah,
though
that
I'm
one
really
was pretty
violent.
fucking dope.
That one was just weird to me because I was like, this is super artsy, but
is.
it tried to convey this profound message, which I was like, okay, I get it. It was definitely interesting.
Yeah.
Well, you know what's crazy to me was the one where it was like a death loop.
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah,
crazy
where
with
it's
the
like
with
the
the Asian.
person-
Oh, God.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the chick that was like a
Stripper.
burlesque dancer or whatever.
Nah,
loves
she-
that.
Fetish model
yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
The fuck.
And then it
I
was
was-
like the other guy, and I was just like, whoa.
And
That
you
was
saw
a-
her
that was the-
titties and fucking frontal vag.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, that's the first time I ever saw some CGI vag before. Like, holy shit.
You don't watch food. You don't
Yeah.
watch Overwatch
Yeah.
porn.
Bro, you haven't been watching my Twitter. What the fuck?
But no, like
That's
to see it, like I don't know, it was a trip. I had to like do some things.
Yeah,
I got
for
some
real.
links for you. Don't
No,
worry.
that's
I'll hook
crazy.
you up.
It's called Suits. The episode Suits, but I call it Titanfall: The Farmer Edition. That was probably like one of my favorite ones. 'cause
Which
I
one was that one?
That's the one where they're protecting their farmlands from.
Oh
The
yeah.
Lord.
Yeah,
From the fucking giant ass
those
bugs.
those bugs look like from a game. I just can't remember which fucking game, but
Yeah.
But that was I really like that episode. It's literally like 15 minutes long, but I was super invested in that
Yeah,
shit.
for sure, for
Because
sure.
I was like, oh, like this is cool, but what's going on? And they're like, he's like moving sheep and shit with his mech, and then all of a sudden, let's protect the families. We got to squad up. I was
The
like,
whole
oh,
series
shit.
is like a breath of fresh air. I didn't
Yeah.
know I wanted mini episodes that were this short, but also this engaging and high quality.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like a collection of awesomeness. And I know if this was like 2002 or something, I would have paid for this on DVD and just
Oh, of
watched
course,
it on
sure.
repeat forever.
I mean, this is like what the 2019 version of the Animatrix.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
Yeah, exactly,
Pretty much
yeah.
what it is.
Great
I was gonna say this is like oh god, what's the name of that show? It's almost like Tales from the Crypt, but more like it's like an animated Black Mirror. That's
Yeah.
what this was.
Yeah.
An animated
That's
Black
it.
Mirror.
It's like all of that. It's,
Yeah.
Tales from the Crypt,
Mhm.
Black Mirror, Animatrix, Heavy Metal, because apparently this is supposed to be a
love
sequel to Heavy Metal, and it transformed into this because I guess rights and all this other shit.
Heavy Metal was the first time I actually saw animated titties.
Yeah.
And my God, I didn't understand what was happening. Like, holy fucking, you could do that? Because obviously I had seen like Jessica Rabbit and whatnot. I was like, man, if I could see what Jessica Rabbit's fucking titties look like.
and Heavy Metal gives it to you.
Oh man,
It was all, and it had like this She-Ra vibe to it.
Yep.
It was like crazy. I was like, oh, this is She-Ra naked? Like, what
Did
the fuck?
Cool World have nudity?
No, but
no, it's PG-13 actually.
it was PG-13.
I wanted it to have nudity.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hollywood if
Boy.
she could.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
Ski,
man.
ski.
Pencil dicks and shit.
Yeah.
Do we have any B's and B's?
We have kind of one.
Go ahead.
So this is from me. So I saw this.
We kind of have one, but it's from me, so I know we have one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this isn't from a fucking fan or a guest
right.
or, you know, an
Fuda.
infinite. An infinite. Fuck your fooders. So I saw this today where some dude was ranting about gamers. And he was saying, basically, if you were playing Pokemon, Mario, Farmville, basically like any mobile game or almost half the stuff on the Switch library that you're not a gamer,
Wow.
come talk to me when you play like games that are on the PS4 or he literally says pick up a PS4 controller, then come talk to me. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like,
I mean,
obviously you have no idea what a gamer is and your narrow vision is limited, but my question to y'all is, what do you define as a gamer?
Literally anybody who likes and thinks of themselves as someone who enjoys the hobby of actually video gaming is a loose definition, and it's always going to be my definition. I'm not a PC gamer. I never have been. I probably never will be. I would never discredit them as
Kinda
not
shows.
being- Yeah.
God dang.
I'm just kidding.
But you know, I'm not a mobile gamer. You know what I mean, in terms of like on my phone or whatever. But it doesn't matter to me. As long as you're enjoying it, have fucking fun with
I
it.
talking about that stupid ass. It's sort of like a meme, where like people were trying to define.
Is
what
it a meme or an actual comment?
It's a I don't know. Somebody made it.
Yeah,
like
someone
a
made
picture,
it.
So
But it
Can I see it? If it is a meme, it should be pretty quick, right?
maybe. But Blue, what you got?
We kind of touched on this before, but
We did.
I think you fall into different genre of gaming. So like you have your mobile gamers and you have like your because like would you consider like somebody who play like Madden a gamer? Like somebody who's a hardcore
Sure.
like Madden gamer. I mean,
They're-
those fucking gamers.
I know plenty of people who literally
Yeah, I mean,
every year that's
They
the
have
only game they
have
play,
tournaments and stuff,
I
and then
can't
like
find it.
and they play it till the cows come home.
yeah, I mean if you play a game like a lot, you're a fucking gamer. Like if your whole life is playing this fucking type of genre of game, then you're a gamer. If you're like a casual gamer, like you just play every now and then you're a casual gamer. That's basically what it comes down to.
So I actually don't consider somebody that plays only one single kind of game a gamer.
Wait, genre game or
Just like so, I know a lot of people that will play just Madden or just Call of
Okay.
Duty. You know what I mean? There's like a lot of folks like that.
Yep.
And I don't really. I mean, they game. Don't get me wrong, but I don't really call them gamers. They can even be professionals. Actually, I think if you're a professional at that point, I mean, you're a fucking gamer.
Yeah,
I was like,
if you get paid to
I
play
don't know how
video
you gonna-
games,
Getting paid.
because you're
Get
getting
out of
paid.
But I don't know. I think that a lot of people they try to get a little bit too elite about what being a gamer really is, and they try to exclude people to what it is. I mean, listen, if you enjoy playing video games a lot, you're a gamer. Even though what I just said, like I said, I understand that it's wrong, but to me, it's just like if you just play one game, are you really a gamer? You know, you enjoy playing that one thing. It's like branch out, but that's just me personally. But yeah, I mean, if you're enjoying playing games and you play games a lot, you should be considered a gamer. I think that people are trying to get too picky about shit. I think it's very strange that coming from, you know, our generation where we grew up, you know, kind of when video games were really fucking new, and when
Yep.
you played any kind of game, you were considered a fucking nerd.
Yes,
And so now these nerds are trying to get like super elite about this shit. And it's like, you understand that you would get beat up by a bully back in my day, right, for just playing video games. So it's like, don't be some elitist asshole saying that, oh, you're not a gamer because you don't meet my fucking standards. Let them enjoy their fucking game. Stop being a little bitch about it.
gatekeepers.
Yeah, it's like you're not gatekeeping shit. Like if you listen, the people that you don't consider gamers are the people that are enabling companies to make games that you like.
Oh, that's a really good
So,
point.
yeah.
Excellent point. I like that. Yeah.
So people kind of miss that shit. It's like, listen, if you didn't have people that were just like kind of like quote unquote casual gamers, we need those people to buy these games.
Yeah. And consoles.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like even me right now, like I play a lot of games. There's a lot of games that I literally pay for, and I play for like maybe a couple hours, and I just put it down because they're not a game for me, and I'm notorious for that shit.
Yeah.
But I play a lot of games too. So.
Yeah, I piggybacking off what Cronus said, Jessica Chobot brought it up. If you don't know who she is, she's like
Hot.
Well, not only that, she looks weird with blonde hair, but she used to work for IGN, and now she's part of Nerdist. She's a gamer and an advocate, but she brought up the point where actually this is the panel that Prodigy and I were at San Diego Comic-Con, where she was like, if you're that person that's waiting to get that Farmville update and you're constantly playing, you're a gamer. Like even though it's the only game you may play, but I mean there'll be other games that are probably like Farmville that you're probably gonna migrate to. But
can I give the perfect example? I know we already gave the example of like Madden and some other and Call of Duty, but the biggest example for me of like single focus on just one title would be WoW. Like those folks go hard and have gone hard for what, 10, 14 years, 15 years now?
Yeah, and I think the thing is, I mean, even though I said, what I said, if you can go like super in depth on shit, you're a fucking gamer. You know what I mean? If you can explain to me like all the roles, like if you're in Call of Duty, like where the choke points are and shit like that, if you're playing WoW, like what the best loot is and shit like that. When you understand that kind of game to like almost an expert level.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a gamer. Even though you're just playing one game, it's weird to me to only play one kind of game. But that's just me.
It's odd and dedicated.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna tell the sweetness when I get home. I'm like, hey babe, you know what? You're a fucking gamer because she loves playing Miss Pac-Man. Like she fucking dominate. Like whenever we are like at like the San Jose flea market, she'll get coins so she go play Miss Pac-Man. She doesn't play any other. She also played this other game called like Monkey Balls or something like that.
Super Monkey Ball.
Yeah, she played that on the fucking Game Boy, and like after when I installed it on my my emulator, she fucking played that game and passed it. I was like, how the fuck are you doing that? Like I tried playing, I'm like, I didn't even get the concept down. Like you're supposed to like hold your balls or something like that, and you throw it up and you can kill out these things, but she passed the fucking game. And like when she got to the end, she's like, oh, I have passed this game. Like she forgot that she passed the game before when she was younger. It was like, what the fuck?
Look, there are people that will still play Grand Theft Auto 5 for forever and Counter-Strike now, and obviously old school like the original Tetris. People, people fall in love with certain games, and it brings them joy. And sometimes that is their game forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, as we're talking about gaming, because we are a Bay Area podcast, I think we don't really put that out there enough. Honestly, don't.
Really? I think we put it out more than.
No, we really don't. I mean, we obviously in Prodigy's intro it says the stack, but most people don't know where the fuck the stack is. It's Hayward.
We talking about like the Stackhouse or something like that.
Yeah, people don't know where it is.
Suki.
So if you are, listen, all of us on here we're older. If you are our age and you have kids that might be teenagers, and if you're in the Bay Area, there is a program for the Academy of Arts University in San Francisco, where they have a pre-college program. And I was talking to another parent about this the other day. This is why I'm bringing it up now, because I kind of forgot about it, because I'm going to sign up for my daughter for it again. So they have this thing where you can do a pre-college program for if your kid's in high school. And so what you can do is if you're in the Bay Area, actually you can fly in from somewhere else and do it, so you can put it up in a dorm. But it's a program to where they get to do college classes for a very low cost and sometimes free. Nice. And when I say low cost, it's only you have to pay for like materials. So like the only thing I had to pay for when my oldest daughter went to the Academy of Arts was like materials for 2 of her classes, and that was it. And it was like less than $200.
Like pencils, charcoal, stuff like that.
Yeah, and like certain kinds of like like I had to buy like this big cardboard sort of piece of thing for like landscape architecture and some other stuff. Super inexpensive. It lasts for about a month and a half, and for every course that you pass, it's a pass-fail system. Okay. For every course that you pass, you get $1,000 towards your tuition to the Academy of Arts. I think it's up to like 8 classes.
That's fucking dope.
Yeah, it's really fucking dope. It's a great program. My daughter loved it. So if you happen to be here in the Bay Area, it's something you might want to consider for your kids. It's not going to take up their entire summer. It's just part of their summer.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, you know, about a month and a half. And it's a really good way for them to experience the college experience before they go to college, if they happen to go to college.
Can you put the link out there? I think some people who are listening not live would love that too.
Yeah. I'll put it in. The link will be in the description. I'll have to write it down. But yeah, I'll put it out there because I think a lot of kids, they get bored. Because like the guy I was talking to happens to be like the owner of the gym that I go to for jiu-jitsu. And he was talking about, you know, both our kids are on spring break. And I was like, oh, you know, what's your kid doing? Because I told him, you know, me and my daughter, we were in like guitar lessons and all this shit. And he's like, oh, well, you know, he's just playing video games. And he's like, he didn't know that, you know, you can make money off video games. He's like, he just recently was appraised to that. I was like, yeah, you can make money off of being a professional gamer. You could also make money off of, you know, being a developer. And that's when I brought up, you know, the Academy of Arts, because they have classes for how to make games.
Yeah.
There. So if that's something your kid wants to do, definitely do that.
I think a lot of colleges are actually offering programs like that. I mean,
Yeah.
there's the normal developing classes you can take, but there's also like ones that are focused mainly on gaming.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. Just this little fun fact, kind of jumping back to the William Shatner being on Twilight Zone.
Petty.
So no, it's funny because Richard Donner actually directed the episode. It was Nightmare at 20,000 Feet. It's the classic one where the guy's like going on a flight and he sees the gremlin on the fucking wing. Like he was the original guy.
Oh, the original version. Because the one in the movie had John Lithgow.
Yeah, it had John Lithgow. But yeah, he was the original one, and yeah, it was directed by Richard Donner, which is family known as for doing
I remember the
Superman.
first time. Yeah, so I guess he directed Superman 1 and 2, shot them back to back. But there's like a director's cut, which is way different.
It's fucking dark.
Yeah, it's kind of strange. But I remember in Twilight Zone, the movie, that creature or whatever it was, like fucked up John Lithgow. It made him go crazy because it touched him, and then smiled this creepy smile, and then jumped off. It was fucking crazy.
Speaking of Superman, real quick, it would be weird as fuck if this Shazam movie actually makes more than like most recent Superman movies. You know, like Man of Steel.
Oh, that wouldn't be
That would
surprising.
be surprising.
That would be surprising,
It would
actually.
just be like almost sad to me, just from a legacy standpoint of, man, Superman has really fallen off lately.
Yeah.
Because of Snyder.
Well, I mean,
I don't think he's dead. I think he can come back, you know, but I don't think it's going to be Cavill, and obviously we don't have a Batman either.
well, I mean, look at, you know, Marvel from the, you know, look at the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, we had Iron Man that was, you know, elevated to superstar status before. I mean, even though we had previous Spider-Man movies, Iron Man blew him out of the water.
Yeah.
And so much so that they put Iron Man in a fucking Spider-Man movie, which is weird as shit, but, you know, whatever.
Christ. Made money, though.
I mean, they can still kind of keep Kevin as Superman if they do their cards right.
Henry Cavill?
Yeah, Henry Cavill. Sorry. If they do Flashpoint, they can fix DC.
I don't think he wants it. Oh, and I'm sorry, I forgot to mention this bullshit.
Oh yeah, go ahead for it.
Fuck Ezra Miller. I've told you this for forever, and it looks like he might be out the fucking door, according to Warner Brothers and a
Fuck
whole
this
lot
shit
of
up.
folks reporting. Nobody fucking rode for him all that hard from Justice League or from Beavis and that little cameo. He just was a shitty Barry Allen. We just need to all fucking collectively accept
I
that.
just push things.
Yeah. Weird running. And you're the Flash. Like, arms flopping on.
Yeah.
Nothing worked.
He says all he does is run up and push people, but he has his fucking super advanced fucking suit, which is making any goddamn sense. Living in his goddamn mom's basement. Like, what the fuck?
Nothing was thought out.
Yeah.
Nothing. It looked like some Power Rangers suit shit, and not all of it was his fault.
No.
I don't hate the actor per
No,
se.
fuck him. I'm just kidding.
But no, as Barry Allen, yeah, I never got on board, and I think if we're all honest, the vast majority of us didn't give a fuck about his portrayal.
It seems like he had HDDH.
ADHD. I think he says that.
I think you got ADHD.
I probably do. Oh, what's that?
Damn. Are you hearing the rumors that there might be a Superman cameo at the end of Shazam, like end credits?
I'm purposely trying not to, because unlike what y'all said, I plan on seeing this opening weekend. So
Yeah, I mean, it's really about time. I got folks coming in, so we'll see.
all right, y'all want to wrap it up?
Sure.
Yeah, I think we
went
did
pretty
all
hard.
right today. We did all right.
we did all right.
Old Ninja, what you got populating this week?
So I'm gonna try to do some more Firestorm. Need to fucking Twitch. I don't know if y'all been twitching. I haven't looked, but I'm pretty sure nobody really has.
I got a reason for that.
Yeah, sure you do. Taking them L's from Captain Marvel.
I do too.
Well, I get it from Cronus. I don't know about you. Yeah, trying to do some more Battlefield 5, Firestorm, playing a lot of Apex, playing more Division 2. I'm going to Yard House tomorrow night. I got friends in town, so probably be hanging out there for like a day and so. And then trying to catch up on shows. 'Cause I'm super behind, even though we haven't even talked about shows this podcast, but hopefully we'll get back on top of it again. And that's it, I think. Yeah, maybe Shazam if I can.
Cronus, what you got?
This has been a cool week because my oldest daughter is here for the week. So my girlfriend came back. She got us guitar lessons to a really cool guy. His name is Michael Weinar, and he's in Oakland, California. I highly recommend him if you want to learn how to play the guitar.
That sounds like a guitarist's name too.
Yeah. He's a really good instructor. So both of us went in, and I didn't bring a guitar. I have an electric acoustic, but when I first started trying to play it, and I was like, this is fucking hard. So I went in and ended up that I started playing the bass, and then my daughter started playing the guitar. So
Nice.
it was pretty cool. So we've been working on some stuff.
What you guys going on tour?
Yeah, long time. But it was really interesting because he had like, multiple different ways to teach people and like how to fix stuff, and he had like, he had really cool stuff, and he's a really good instructor. So
4-string?
yeah, I got a 4-string. So like literally after I did my first lesson, I was like, I need a fucking bass because I'm black. So he recommended a place called Starving Musicians, and there's a bunch of them around here in the Bay Area. But I went to the one in Berkeley.
Yeah.
And picked up a Yamaha bass for pretty inexpensive because it's a new hobby. So I was like, I'm not gonna spend like $500 on a fucking bass.
There you go.
But yeah, I brought it in and we started jamming together. But it's weird because like he teaches like these techniques, and then like you'll do like certain, like licks and shit, and then like you'll just do like the basic tune, and then he'll start start doing like embellishments, so it makes everybody sound like really good.
Yeah,
it's just like, what the fuck?
Nice.
Like, did we just do that? Like, yeah, we did.
It was all me.
So, yeah, it's pretty awesome. So, and I think he has like he plays in a couple bands too. I think I might go see him in like late this month. Like he's got to send me the details, but
Yeah, hopefully he plays at the bistro or something.
yeah, hopefully, yeah. He's playing somewhere in like bougie ass. What's that place called?
Saratoga?
No, North. What's that county called?
Mendocino?
Napa County?
No, not Napa.
Sonoma?
No, the other one.
There's like 100 counties north.
No, the one where George Lucas lives.
Oh, Marin.
Oh, Marin.
Bougie ass Marin.
Snobby ass
Yeah.
Marin.
The reason why we call him bougie is because they stopped fucking Bart to go up there because they said it was an eyesore.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what else is an eyesore? Fucking 500,000 cars stuck in fucking traffic every goddamn day.
Awful.
Anyway, that's all I got.
Brillo, what you got?
So yeah, this weekend, or at least until next podcast, I'm gonna watch One Punch.
Oh.
Yeah, One Punch Man
That comes
dropped
out next week,
in
right?
Japan on yesterday, but it comes out on the 9th on Hulu.
Okay.
So that's like,
Today is the 3rd. Okay.
yeah, it should be by next week. But
You find it
So-
on torrent?
so if you stuck around on this podcast and you heard my little intro, I talked about I couldn't say something that was super dank. So the dank thing I was gonna say is like, you know how no means no, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm supposed to say yeah.
Yeah. So
Generally speaking?
if a girl says stop and the guy says no, I mean his no means no, right?
This motherfucker, you gonna get us in trouble. He's trying to talk to us, man.
And that's why I did not use that intro.
That's your outro, though.
Yeah, that's my outro. But yeah, other than that, touching up on some photos. Hopefully, I will try to watch Shazam. And there's a few shows on Netflix I'm trying to get into. There's this one called My Husband Doesn't Fit, and it is about what you think it is.
Oh, Tubuku, no
Yeah.
boom boom soul, brother.
It's about a Japanese couple, and like they can't have intercourse because her husband doesn't fit.
Tubuku.
Yeah, it's fucking weird as hell. It's a weird fucking show, but I'm hooked.
Good
And
shit.
they show titties.
Yeah.
Asian titties, and they show porn, like Asian porn and magazines and shit.
Got to lead with that, man.
Yeah.
Lead with it.
But do they show the dirty penny
Nah, they ain't.
vending machine?
Oh, I love that.
It's all bad.
What a Japanese
Real
fashion.
quick, congratulations to Derek for getting your copy of the Division 2.
Oh, nice. From Louisiana.
Yeah, from Louisiana. He won the hashtag Stitch was right. So I hope
damn it, I
you're
hate
enjoying.
that hashtag.
You should have gotten it by now. If you hadn't slide in the DMs, let us know. But
welcome.
yeah. He
Good
says thank you to you for being the troll that you are.
God damn it. The reason why I'm not twitching out is because I am playing Sekiro, and holy fucking shit, am I dying a lot? But I'm slowly getting better. But I ain't gonna put that out there.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Holy fuck.
So you just witnessed the dankest podcast on the internet. We are Black and Black Times Infinity. Find us on the internet with B Then BTI as BTHAN BTI. Our official website, benheadproductions.com/Be Then BTI. Find us on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube. We're live every Wednesday night. Player FM, Stitcher, SoundCloud. I don't know if we're on Spotify or Google Podcasts.
Don't forget, we going to Fanime, goddammit. We got a panel. Memorial Day weekend. Okay. San Jose.
Yeah. And
R.I.P. Nipsey.
Yeah. Check us out. Oh, on Amazon. We on Amazon, people.
Dude, I can't get Sweetness to watch Into the Spider-Verse.
What?
Really?
I watched it like 18 times.
I'll give it to you.
No, I have it. I've seen it like 5 times already.
Haters.
This week.
Hating it.